I'm Ryan Wolf.
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 And we're the Idiot Savants. And you're listening to Crazy Train of Thought on the Big Heads Media Podcast Network. Go to bigheadsmedia.com for more great podcasts.
That's probably one of our more solid.
On the board, the choo-choo train.
The two choose train.
Is that loud enough, Ryan?
I don't want it to be too loud. I can turn it up and down in post. But
Things we say in post. Yeah. Post. Yeah. Post song. What is here doesn't matter. We're gonna do it in post. We're gonna do it in post. Yeah. Drop it down, Sam. Post boy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Post boy.
Yeah, post boy.
He's post alone.
Oh, you're post boy.
Get it, Phil. Yeah. It's your boy Giffy in the house today.
Posty.
Getting all up in ya.
Bro.
You heard it first. Colin. Colin, getting all up in you.
Check a look.
Welcome, everybody, to Crazy Train of Thought, brought to you by the Idiot Savants. Thank you so much for joining us today. We are live from Savant Studios. I am your host, Ryan Wolf. On today's episode, I have joining me
Pokemaster Troy Osborn here.
Pokemaster Troy Osborn is here. Thank you so much for being here, Troy. Philip is here.
Yes.
With one L.
Yes.
I'm a
one L.
Fucked that up. I'm sorry. I fucked that up so many times.
I am Philbo Swaggins.
Philbo Swaggins is here. Thank you.
Now you got Sam with 16 A's.
Okay. Sam.
Oh, that might have been 17.
That's actually like 8. That's closer, but
Yeah,
that's
how
like 4 M's.
I don't care
It's
anymore.
good to have you back, Sam.
It's good to be back.
I'm glad you're here.
Thank you.
Next.
Freaking Colin Giffy, dude.
The
It's been a
Gifter.
while. Back at it again.
Colin
It's
Giffy's
been a
here.
week.
Yeah.
It's been a week since I've been here. I'm excited. I'm pumped. I'm amped. Finish who? What are we finishing?
I got the
Fatality.
soundboard going today.
I must finish what he started.
So, in
Pretty
other
happy
words,
about
we're
it.
all dead.
Yeah.
Inside?
No, he's
At
going
least
to
a
be
little
killing us all night with random sounds.
He's gonna go get Corona and
Oh,
Kill us.
speaking of random conspiracies, have you ever wondered if you're actually just dreaming and you're afraid to go to the bathroom? Because if you do,
Uh-oh. Oopsie.
What if I'm afraid to go to the bathroom in real life and I'm not dreaming?
it's like the Matrix, except you can't pee.
But what if I need to pee?
Have you ever had the dreams where, and I'd get these all the time.
I've never
Oh, all right.
had a pee dream before.
What are you talking about?
No.
Did you change the sheets?
I have
Okay,
dreams-
good. I had the dream again.
I have the dream all the time. If I don't consume enough water throughout the day, I will have dreams of being so fucking thirsty.
And you wake up at 4
Like
a.m.
in my dream, I'm like, oh my God, I am so thirsty. And then in my dream, I like find some water and it is the most refreshing fucking thing I've ever consumed in
Then
my
you just
dream.
all like-
And then you wake up and
hang
you
on.
like peed the bed.
I took a
So
psychology
good.
class when I was in college. I think I
Okay.
can interpret that.
yeah, hit me. Yeah.
You're thirsty.
That's about accurate for a psychology class.
Thank you.
You got me.
Boy, well,
boy, oh boy.
we have a shit ton of stuff to cover today. We got a decent amount of news, so let's just jump right into it. Philip, you tried Wendy's breakfast like you told us you would last week.
I did.
Please report.
All right, so Wendy's
This just in.
breakfast.
Hold on. Just in. Phil?
You gonna let
Phil?
me go?
Okay, yeah, now we can do it.
Philip here reporting from the news. Wendy's breakfast is really freaking good.
Really?
I was beyond impressed.
Wow.
Yes. So,
Well, Zoink Scoop?
yeah, we went there and I wanted to try the Baconator, and then they had like this maple chicken sandwich.
Baconator.
My beard's attacking me.
My beard must terminate.
So, yeah, went there. They have a maple chicken sandwich and then the Baconator, which is like has a sausage patty. The only thing that stunk is when we went there, they were out of sausage because it was like right near the end of breakfast, which was a bummer.
Yeah.
However, I didn't actually know that, so like I thought they made my sandwiches wrong. So I went in. I'm like, I don't have my sandwiches.
where's the
so I got more sandwiches.
Where's the sausage?
Put
They
down the
just-
knife.
yeah.
We don't have
'Cause I'm
any
like,
more
I don't have a
sausage.
baconator. I just have this chicken sandwich. Where's the baconator? And I'm like, oh, well, here. And they made us 2 more sandwiches, also with chicken. So we got like 6 sandwiches for the price of 2.
Nice.
It's crazy.
That's a deal. Troy.
However, the maple chicken sandwich, holy friggin' shit. That is top tier breakfast sandwich. I put it
Really?
as in my top 3 breakfast sandwiches.
Wow.
Is
Which
number 1
is-
Chick-fil-A?
No, I'm not that impressed with Chick-fil-A breakfast sandwiches.
Man, I love Chick-fil-A breakfast.
My top 3, it's the McDonald's bagel, the steak bagel,
Okay.
and then the steak crunch wrap from Taco Bell.
Yep.
That
All
breakfast.
right. That thing's
Yeah.
pretty good. All right.
This, juicy, it's so good. Well worth going. That blew my mind.
And is it like McDonald's used to do where they only serve it during certain times?
I think so. I
Okay.
believe it goes until 10:30.
Okay.
Because, like,
10:30? How am I going to be there before then?
Are you
Stay
Adam
up all
Sandler
night.
from Big Daddy? What the heck?
Stay up all night. No, he got there
Stay
early.
up all night.
He got there early and didn't want breakfast. He wanted a Happy Meal, right?
I guess they did.
I
Did
think
they
so,
get rid
yeah.
of the all? Oh wait, no, I'm thinking McDonald's with all day.
Well, McDonald's
breakfast.
does
Yeah,
have all day,
McDonald's is
yeah.
doing all day breakfast.
Wendy's-
But there's certain items
you can't
that
get a
they
steak
don't.
bagel after
No.
10:30.
I mean,
which is a bummer.
10:30 is like the average. Like we're done with breakfast. Across
would
the
guess-
board.
I drove to 4 McDonald's last Saturday because I wanted lunch, and it was like that
11.
that extra time where they're like, well, we'll just make it because we're getting ready anyway. I worked at McDonald's. I know how it works. They prepare for lunch before it's lunchtime. Like that stuff is sitting there. And
It's like, all right, time for lunch, everybody.
I'm
We're not
like,
ready.
Hey,
Sorry.
I need a Happy Meal with nuggets. Oh, it's breakfast. Bye. Next McDonald's I go. I pull
But
in.
In
And
certain McDonald's, you get stuck in line. How many lines did you wait in before you found a McDonald's that was serving the food you wanted to eat?
lines.
there was 2 lines in 2 different McDonald's where I drove up and saw it was breakfast on their menu and drove on by. Emmett's like, Dad, can we just go to McDonald's? Do you
No.
want nuggets or do you want breakfast?
Honestly, breakfast
want
food's
nuggets.
a lot more expensive than the lunch.
Yeah.
Honestly, I won't
Depending
go
upon what
eat
you get.
breakfast.
That's a good point, yeah.
I think it's because
I
it's
will
supposed
say,
to be
like-
more fresh. I don't know though.
At the
It's
Wendy's, the
novelty.
prices were not bad.
Yeah.
For the breakfast.
That's good.
Then they have these. They were kind of like potato wedges, but thinner.
Okay.
Those
Oh,
were
French
amazing.
fries.
Like, you idiot! No, I was gonna say
These mini French fries are just chips.
I said potato wedges.
What the heck are French fries then, Phil?
Fries.
Oh, my-
Potato wedges are like the angles.
Yeah, but guess what
Because it's a
also-
wedge.
Guess what potato wedges are also called? Hoosier fries.
And Mojo's.
Yeah, know your history.
I don't care.
Or it's doomed to
yours.
repeat itself.
Imagine a potato wedge or
Okay.
a Hoosier fry, but thinner. Because it's not like a steak fry and it's not like the
A-
regular fries.
a
It's some kind of breakfast
Florida
fry.
fry.
Breakfast fry.
So it's
got
It might have been
cinnamon
what it was
sugar on
called.
it, so it's for breakfast.
It had
like a
like
hash
this
brown?
kind of pepper stuff on it. It
Hash
was
brown.
amazing.
It's a hash brown.
What are
That
the
sounds
fries were
pretty
great.
home fries? They're
But-
literally called home fries.
I don't
Yeah.
think that.
They weren't
no,
home fries, no.
are chopped into like
That's
little
true.
squares.
It's kind of
Yeah.
crazy. Okay,
Dude,
how
I worked
many
at an Amish
French
restaurant.
fries are there? You got
Dude, there's a billion ways
pub
to do
fries,
potatoes.
you've got
which
steak
those are
fries.
good.
steak fries.
Yep, potato wedges, which is another form of fry, curly fries,
And then
Curly
you've
fries
got
also good.
French
shoestring
fries.
potatoes.
Yeah.
Okay, that must be a hick thing. I don't know about that.
You got some tater
The
tots.
hick store.
tater
maybe.
tots.
Tater tots,
taters.
hash browns.
Got some
Or-
taters.
I feel like I'm Samwise Gamgee over here.
Yeah,
I do want to try the Baconator with the actual sausage patty.
Right.
Because I feel that would be better because the regular chicken patty, like, not, amazing, but not bad. But the maple one was bigger, crispier. So if you go there, get the maple bacon chicken thing, it was ridiculously good. I got the Frosty Chino. My wife's was better because she did the medium and I did
Okay.
the large. So next time I'm going to ask them, can you put more Frosty in it? Because it was a little too much coffee,
yeah.
but it was good.
There's a such thing as too much coffee?
Yes.
I mean, if you want iced coffee and you want the flavoring and it not just to be coffee, yes.
It's too
Because I
much
wanted more
coffee.
frosty.
Covfefe.
it's too much coffee when you use the bathroom, and before you're done flushing, you're like, I need to use the bathroom again. That's when you know you've had too much
That's
coffee.
true.
That's when you know
Yeah.
you've had the accurate amount of coffee.
You know you've had too much coffee when you pee in the urinal and you can smell coffee.
I mean,
That's just when I have
that was
coffee.
the appropriate amount of coffee. Am I drinking too much coffee?
Start pooping coffee.
No, you know you've had enough coffee when you're pooping in the urinal.
Yeah, I can't get to
coffee
the two
makes you
extra
have to
steps
poop.
to the stall.
Yeah, I'm not gonna make it.
And then you're like, I didn't even realize I was backwards.
It's all sink trap.
Fucking A. Okay, you also went to IHOP and tried cereal pancakes real quick.
Yes.
Tell me about the cereal pancakes.
They were a disappointment.
Yeah, I figured.
IHOP,
It's like me.
they had cereal pancakes and cereal shakes. The cereal shake was really good.
Was
I
it
was impressed.
crunchy?
A
Crunchy
little bit.
cereal? Okay.
Ooh, I don't
Yeah,
like
it
that.
was crunchy. But just because it was all chopped up, so it was kind of like how you would want it as a dessert shake.
Okay.
So,
As opposed to other shakes that are like
Not
health
dessert
shakes.
shakes. Yeah.
Well, no, not that. But like, if you know you're getting something crunchy in a shake, you're kind of prepared
Yeah.
for that crunch. So it's like that, not where it's like, oh my gosh, it's full piece of cereal. No,
That
it was,
make-
it was,
okay,
it was
yeah,
all
yeah.
Is it
chopped
like
up.
is it like a Steak and Shake where we get the Kit Kat one and it's all like old Kit Kats that
No,
are
like I said,
stale?
the
Why don't you
shake,
get a Kit Kat one?
the shake was
dude?
great. I was very impressed by the shake. The breakfast, it's one of those things like they show you the great picture, and then it's like, dude, just can you drop a handful of the cereal on it, not like 3 pieces?
Right.
The flavor was okay. It's just like IHOP has not impressed me in a long time. They get all these
Agreed.
like
I'm
big things like,
bummed.
oh, it looks so good, and then you get it, and it's like, okay, this chain food, these cooks do not care.
I'm bummed that they're putting one in town because like I don't think it's good.
They're putting a what in town?
They're putting an IHOP in
Oh,
town.
God.
If you
Gosh, why?
don't want something special, like if you get a normal thing, it's
Like a normal
usually
breakfast
okay.
thing,
I
yeah.
will
Oh,
say,
okay, I thought you were saying if you
No.
want mediocre food that's
I
not
mean-
that expensive, go to IHOP.
I mean, yes, yes, and also you can get bottomless iced coffee, which is really
is
good.
really
It's
good.
very
Oh,
good.
It's very good.
So, Colin,
No.
tell
Yes.
me about Pavlov because you talked to us last week about playing competitively,
Yes.
and you did that.
So I done my first game, my first competitive game. Do it. Yeah, I just did it. Yeah.
Okay.
Did you
So-
lose?
Well, I'll get to that. Hold on.
I hope you played better.
So
than when I
every
was here
match,
watching you.
every full game, the full set of matches is 3 rounds, like three matches, I should say. And each match has 10 rounds in it, or first to win 10 rounds.
Okay.
And it's search and destroy every round, so 5 versus 5. So the first round, they pick the map. Like there's like a set of like I think 6 maps that, and like in total 4 competitive. But each team gets to pick a map that they want to play, and they get to ban a map, so the other team can't pick that.
Okay.
Can't
Yeah,
pick that
that's
map.
what Paladins does too.
Mhm.
They do ban characters.
Yeah. Okay.
In competitive.
So yeah, we banned some maps, but this map I never even played. So
Oh, shit.
we spawned in, and they're already coming up with like game plans and stuff. Dude, I haven't played with these guys before. Like we did a couple warm up matches and stuff like that, just hanging out. Like we didn't really talk about game plans and stuff.
Good call.
But we got in there and surprisingly started going pretty well. Like we started losing pretty bad, and all of a sudden I started getting a lot of kills.
Okay.
Like I think I was second total in the whole lobby with kills.
Wow.
And I was about to wipe out a whole squad. I was ready. I was behind him, ready to flank. I was crouching behind a rock. So I crouched down to real life, have my knee. My knee goes on my cord.
Oh, motherfucker.
And guess what happens? I pull my cord out.
Yep.
dude.
Shite.
So I had plugged my headset back then, and guess what? Oculus said, we cannot find your headset. But I
Yep.
can still hear them through the headset. So I picked it up, I was like, can you guys hear me? They're like, yeah. I'm like, I'm sorry, guys.
They used a
I was like-
flashbang.
I was like, my headset. I literally said my headset just got unplugged, and like, it's fine, dude. Just restart. So like, I restarted my computer. I was doing really good too. And like at
Right.
the end of the match, you have to show like how much kills they got, because
Yeah.
each kill like gets a point for your team in the long run.
Yeah.
So like, we lost all that. All the kills I got don't count for that first round.
Because you
Yeah.
fuck.
So I spawned back in, and they're like, yeah, we're waiting on you for the next round. And I was like, bro. Well, they're like, I got back in. They're like, we were taking a 10-minute break.
Yeah.
For the next round. So I hacked back in, and I was like, I explained it. I'm like, guys, guess what? Just the most crazy thing happened. They were like totally understanding about it, whatever. But so we lost the first round. We did pretty bad the second round. We just couldn't figure it out. The last round, we got a good lead. It was like 5-8 or something like that. We were winning by 8, and they came back and won. And I was like, dude.
Was it the
we lost
same
all
map
3
for all
rounds.
three?
No, it was different maps.
Okay, different
Mhm,
maps.
Different maps every time.
Fuck.
But it was intense though. I had a heck of a time though. Like other team was really nice. Like everybody was, but it's cool because like for competitive you can't spectate. Like that's why each map has its own competitive mode. Okay. So like once you die, you can't roam around. So you can't communicate with your team where you're at. Because I completely forgot about that. Because one time I was like, guys, watch this. Like, dude, we can't see. I was like, okay, and then I explained what I was doing.
Guys, watch
this. Okay, hold on. This is what I'm doing. But
not as fun if they can't see you.
There were some good times though, and they're like, you actually did really good, Deadeye. Like, you did a good job.
I know I did.
Yeah, shut up, Troy.
So, do you think that they're going to have you back on the team? Or
yeah, I'm still on the team.
Didn't get kicked
I'm still on the team. Did not get kicked off the team. I did better
next time.
I did better than the team leader on every round. So
wow,
somebody's getting cocky.
Good. So no, he was just pretty bad. I'm not gonna lie. Like he did the worst. I'm literally like, well, how are you doing? How are you doing so bad? I don't know if he's just having a bad day.
Right.
And I watched his stream because whenever you do competitive, somebody has to stream. So I went back and watched the stream. And, like, he wasn't playing terribly. I just felt like I'm not going to tell him this because, like, literally, like, I didn't want to join your team, tell him everything he's doing wrong.
Yeah, I guess don't tell him about the pod. Like you said you were going to do last week.
It's fine. We're back. But, like, he like, runs out in the open too often. Yeah. Like, he runs out in the open too. Like, he gets a good game plan, but, like, whenever he throws a flash, like, he steps all the way out. Like, he doesn't duck behind cover enough.
Right.
And I was using cover to my advantage, and that's how I win. Like, that's how I get kills and not die.
Isn't that something that maybe, like, if I were doing that, and I would want somebody to tell me, you know, if I was like, if I was playing in a stupid way.
Yeah. I think he was playing in a way that works best for him. Because, like, each person has different roles. Like, some people are utility. Like, he didn't tell me what my role was, but I was basically playing utility, which is like, you go in and you're kind of like the backup guy. You throw flashes and smokes for everybody running. Like, go ahead, run in. I'm throwing a flash. I'll go in there and kill people. So, like, a lot of times that was me doing that. And, but he would always try to be in the front, and he would just get killed really instantly instead of staying back and try to hang out with the squad.
Yeah.
It's like, we'd always split up. We'd always split up and go different directions, stuff like that. Okay, 2 people go A, 2 people go B. And like I said, they have different terms for parts of the maps. So like, somebody go long A and like cover me through the bathroom. And like, dang, dude, like I don't know this map, so I had to figure it out on the spot.
I'll do that for you. I got your 6.
No, but like eventually, one point, I started giving a game. They're like, all right, what do you want to do, Deadeye? And I was like, all right, guys, we're going A. Let's keep pushing A every time because we seem to have better luck.
Yeah.
And that's the round we almost won. That's the freaking round we almost won too.
Well, as you get better, you'll be able to tell them what they're doing. Yeah, but I'm
at that point where, like, if I do find enough people that are like good at the game, I'd be willing to start my own team and do it.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'd be down to do that.
That'd be cool.
I wish I could join, but I'd be terrible because I can't see.
Well, you got to get VR first.
Well, I'm saying, even if I did.
How does the competitive scene work? Like, could you just start your own team and then decide?
I'd have to start my own team and like submit it.
The gifts?
So, what?
You're just the gifts? That's your team name, right?
Yeah, the gifts. Yeah, totally.
Do you already have a team name picked out?
The team name. Oh, our team is Nova Sixers.
Okay, so that's not terrible.
We even have merch.
What?
Supposedly, yep. We have shirts and all that.
Wow.
So we also do for the podcast. Link in description. I don't know if it's going to work.
Yeah.
There's a link somewhere.
As soon as Colin's brother works on the website, we'll do it. Let's do it. Fucking A.
Yep.
We'll have to get some shirts so we can wear them while we're in the podcast.
I have a shirt.
I have a shirt.
I'm wearing 2
shirts.
I'm wearing,
I have a lot of stickers.
I mean, I'm wearing a shirt.
A fuck ton of stickers.
Yeah,
that's
I'm
right.
literally holding a sticker in my hand right now.
By the way, listeners, if anybody leaves us a review on Apple Podcasts,
we haven't checked that in a while, have we?
We'll send you a sticker.
Most of them are the ones that I've told people to do.
I'm going to check. I'm going to check right now because why not?
Yeah, if you leave us a review, you can send it to us via DM on Twitter or on Instagram. Send us a screenshot of it, and then we'll send you a sticker. Yep. So
Troy.
A sticker of your choice.
Who's Nana Papa 88?
Well done.
As soon as I read the number.
These are the stickers that you get at the doctor's office or the dentist's office that you get, and they basically try to peel them off your mom's car window. And
these are badass stickers.
These are some thick vinyl-looking stickers that will probably stay on for life.
Custom designed, I should say.
Custom designed by our very own. What's your name again?
Ryan Wolf?
That was our names.
Yeah, but the subject says Troy. 5 stars. Troy is the best.
What the fuck?
Wow.
Bullshit.
How many exclamation points? They put 4, and they put a space between them.
That means she likes you.
Dude, it says Nana Papa 887.
That could be. She could be.
That
hot.
could be anybody, really.
anybody.
It was literally me 2 days ago. Or whatever.
You put it on. You did it yourself.
He
On my
was just
grandma's phone.
hoping that we would check the
Your grandma?
reviews.
Did you make an account
Motherfucker.
for your grandma?
Yes.
Oh my god!
I just sent it to my mom,
She
so
should put a
maybe my
lock
mom will listen.
Oh, here we go.
Oh,
There's
boy.
All right.
Troy.
Tell me
This is
about
Troy's the best.
Blade and Sorcery, Colin.
Oh yeah, that's another game I played. Well, if you guys listened to last week's episode, you guys know I've been watching a ton of Samurai Jack. So like, I was like, I kind of want to play Blade and Sorcery now because my brother had it and he has Steam Share. I never bought the game.
Yeah.
But he doesn't play it enough, so like I could play it anytime without having to worry about him kicking me off. But I got on and I was like, all right, let's slice some people up with some swords.
Yeah.
And I noticed how hard it was to dismember people the way I wanted to. So I went,
just like real life, as it turns out.
Well, I'm tired of my sword just getting stuck in somebody's neck. Like it kills them. But like go all the way through. Like I want to be heading. That sounds so dark.
I want to be
It's
heading.
terrible. But like
I'm gonna do what's called a pro gamer.
yeah, dude, pro gamer move for sure. But like so I went online and I was like, oh, let's look at some mods. So I went and looked up Nexus mods, which they do a lot of modding for it, and there's a ton of mods you can do. So like I went ahead and downloaded the Star Wars mod,
Right,
So look at the
right.
lightsabers, and there's an updated version of it, so you can block blaster bullets easier and use the Force a lot easier. Nice. So I did that, and I also got easier dismemberment, so the lightsabers actually do what they're supposed to do,
Which is cut legs
which is
and arms
cut
off.
legs, arms, and heads off, all of them.
Amazing.
Can
Yeah,
you like
so-
do a circle and cut it all off at once?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yep, it's fantastic.
Don't try it.
It's fantastic.
So, and I also
It's only
got
The way
again.
that it
And I
doesn't
was like,
normally
I have
work
the high
in
ground.
games.
Yeah, so-
like you think it should work in games like that, but it never does.
never
So I
does, yeah.
appreciate that
Yeah.
this mod lets you
Yeah,
do the
lets you
thing that
actually-
lightsabers are supposed to do.
And it's cool because you can throw your lightsaber and like pull it back. You can also like throw it, pick up the handle, and then activate it into somebody.
man.
It's so cool. So I can throw it or if I kill somebody, they drop their lightsaber, someone's running at me from them, you force grab their lightsaber and turn it on and stab them as they're coming up to me. Dude, it's
That's
epic.
pretty fucking cool.
Yeah,
That's cool.
And you can also
Holy
you can
shit.
also like spin it midair. So like if I use the Force on it, I pick it up, I activate it. If I hold 2 buttons together, it'll start spinning the lightsaber, and I can pull it or throw it. Yeah, it's epic.
I want to try this game.
Yeah, it's fun.
Colin?
And then I went ahead and downloaded Katana mods because I was like, this kind of got away from the Samurai Jack thing. But it's still hard to dismember people. I'm like, literally have easier dismemberment on.
Right.
I don't think they gave the katanas enough damage. I'm like, literally, like, come on.
It's not sharp enough. You probably
Yeah,
got to
probably
use a
not.
whetstone.
Your
grind up the
technique
blade.
is weak.
I am the true shinobi.
I mean, if they're going for more realism, it's not that easy to dismember.
Yeah.
Right? Like, femurs are pretty
Yeah,
thick.
my roommates outside my room are just hearing me going, you think you can best the shinobi? Like, you look in my room, I'm just in a VR headset. God.
I'm gonna have to ask Gareth to record when you start making weird noises.
But with discretion.
No discretion.
Parental discretion is advised.
No discretion.
But Colin, I need you to try something now that you've told us about
Yeah.
this. You need to take the lightsaber and do the whole full circle thing and cut everything off, and then use the Force and like try and just
Yeah.
push the
Just
middle
push
out.
their parts away.
And that's called the donut hole, I'm pretty sure.
Don't know. I like it. I like it.
No, but I was showing my roommate VR last night because he just wanted to see how it looked, basically. So
Yeah.
I booted up that one robot Oculus tutorial one.
The first
whatever.
contact. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was fun.
And so he really enjoyed that. And then I went ahead and let him play Beat Saber for a little bit, and he was just like, I wish I could disinfect my Oculus better after that. But oh my gosh, the sweat storm.
Yeah.
it sucks,
Yeah,
dude.
for sure.
It sucks cleaning that. But so
Disinfect
I
the
told him,
sweat.
I was like, well, let me go ahead and show you this Blade and Sorcery game with the Star Wars mods. So I went ahead and booted up, and I showed him all the cool stuff, and like you can like grab people by the head and like chop their heads off while it's so cool. But I was so I was spawning. I was scrolling through the NPC stuff you can spawn, and this one was called the Emperor's Bidding.
Okay.
And it's called, and the description says the Emperor has called you to do the worst of deeds.
No, I don't
So
even.
I looked.
Don't poop
I told
on
Dan,
anybody.
I told Dan in real life, I was like, Master Skywalker, what are we going to do? And I turn around and there's a youngling. So I just started chopping all these younglings' heads off.
Oh my god.
That's okay. There's no security warnings. I checked. There's no security.
Okay,
no
good.
security recordings of that. So it's okay.
Didn't have to delete the
Obi-Wan will not
holocrons.
find out. But yeah.
Was it still hard to chop all those kids' heads
No,
off?
it was easy. It's funny because I grabbed their little lightsaber. Like they literally have little lightsabers. I was just killing them with their own little lightsaber.
For a second, I thought you were talking about how you could grab their head. You were just gonna be like, I just
No, I
grabbed the
did.
little head.
No, I picked one up and threw him. I picked him up by his head and just yeet. Like he's just gone.
I yeeted him across the map.
And it's funny because you can force pull them and they're like so much like lighter, so like they fly. It's like, whew, and they're like, whoa! Like look way up in the air. They're just
Is it like the
coming down.
syndrome thing in Incredibles? Just woof.
yeah, exactly.
That is
But, like,
horrific.
Like you can also force jump, so you can jump really high. So I kept jumping really high and like coming down and stabbing them. Oh, it was so epic.
From my point of view, the Jedi are evil.
As he stabs
Just slices Padawan's heads off. Yeah,
You guys are evil, evil
it
children.
was pretty dark. They don't even look like children though. They just look miniature people. Like they literally just take the normal NPCs and shrink them. Like that's literally,
okay.
so they don't look like kids.
That's
like they
just
don't
an
look like,
excuse.
Yeah. That's
Colin.
better.
Just I just see myself as a giant. Okay, so like don't even.
No, that makes it easier. That's like you're slaying Santa's elves.
No, literally exactly. If they're wearing elf costumes, I would have felt a lot better about it. Die elves.
You're gonna be put on the naughty list. Oh yeah.
Try
You're
bringing
getting
coal Santa.
coal down your throat.
Yeah, can you play as like Jedi Santa? I like it.
Should I say that?
Just have candy cane
go ahead and-
lightsabers.
I'm gonna go. Ho ho ho! No, there's different, a lot of different lightsabers you can do, like such as like Count Dooku's lightsaber. And as soon as I picked it up, it was like weird to hold, like all bent
that
and
the
stuff
one
like
with
that.
that-
The
yeah,
one with the
the
bent, I'm like,
curved- yeah.
what in the world is this? And even like Darth Maul's lightsaber is hard to use because like it's so long.
Yeah.
like it's hard to control it. Like yeah,
Because you don't actually have a staff. You're
better
just
off-
grabbing both ends
Yeah.
and then trying to.
You're better off just dual wielding.
Yeah.
lightsabers.
I mean,
That's
that
what
would
I
be
did.
crazy. Try to control a staff
Yeah.
that isn't actually there, but you have to hold it with both
Right,
hands.
right.
So you're like,
I did-
maybe
I'm
tape a
rowing an
broom
invisible
handle.
boat
I did
and this
do
is
that.
not working.
I did do the Anakin beheading of Count Dooku though. I put somebody, grab him by the head and put him on their knees and just slice their head off with dual lightsabers.
Kill him, yes.
It's funny because I had a red and blue lightsaber and I did it
Nice.
just like the movie.
Just like the movie. I didn't think it was that real in the movie. Turns out it is.
I wish the Emperor was in that game, dude.
If you've never seen it, there is a video I need to show you guys where it's that scene, but it's in the Bop It commercial.
Bop it.
It's like, twist it, bop it, do it.
High score.
High score.
That's what he got when he was
66.
killing all them kids.
I also had some people over trying VR this weekend. I'm glad
Yeah?
you brought that up. Yeah, it was my sister's birthday, so my mom and my sister and her boyfriend and then my other sister and my soon-to-be brother-in-law came over and we played Rock Band and we waited for 3 hours for my Xbox to download all the DLC.
So you just combined your
It's
Xboxes
like, well,
together.
I got a
right?
VR, so
Yeah, we should have been down here playing during that, but we were just like upstairs chilling and had some food and watched some XFL. So after that, though, we let the food settle because it wasn't time to do VR yet.
yeah.
And you don't want to do that
Rock Band first.
right after you eat. So we played a bunch of Rock Band, and that's still a fuck ton of
Dude,
fun.
I want
Like,
to play it.
Oh my god,
I want to play it, dude.
Like,
It sounds like a blast. I had
it's-
Beatles Rock Band. You ever
Was
get
there,
that? Beatles
was there
Rock
like
Band's
a
awesome.
song that you guys enjoyed the most while playing that, or
I mean, we have played a lot of Rock Band and a lot of Guitar Hero throughout the year, so that was like one of the mainstays of my
House?
Of my house.
Ryan's
was like,
house was going
we'd
to Ryan
come
to play
over
Rock
and play
Band or Guitar
Rock
Hero.
Band and Guitar Hero, and my sister, like that's what got her into music. Was Rock Band, and we have our band is still active on Rock Band, Wolfenstein. If you guys want to follow us, obviously, and so there was all these jokes of like when I was a kid, like. McKenna's like, I don't want to play anymore. And I'm like, this is for real, McKenna. We've got to practice for our fans. Like, we need band practice. We've got to do this. We're not going to get the claps. And
I don't
Take
want
him
the
to Clapistan.
I don't want the claps. Please, no more claps.
Claptrap pops up. Hi.
stab him
It's
with my
like Futurama
lightsaber.
with the clamps.
Beheads Claptrap.
So yeah, I would say one of the mainstays is Closer by Halsey and Chainsmokers. So my sister and I am mostly the singer, but she also sings. Kennedy sings. and we'll take turns on a lot of songs. And then we'll duet, because you can plug in 2 mics and do duets on certain songs. So we'll duet on Closer and Of Mice and Men's, or Of Monsters and Men, sorry. What is that song?
Dude, I love Of Monsters and Men. I've been jamming out to them lately.
Fuck. What is their most popular song? The Listen to a Word I Say. Hey. Yeah, that one. Whatever that one is.
Called?
Yeah.
Honestly, like... I love it that like Rock Band brings your family closer together.
Yeah,
like, it brought like my family and our family friends like farther apart. It was it was a source of contention. It's like my son's better at the guitar than your son.
Oh my god!
And they'd be like, no, look, he only plays on hard. He's a scrub. look at him. Look at Timmy. He plays on expert, and he's not even breaking a sweat. Look at he's got the swagger. He's got the band merch. He's got the tattoos. His custom characters like
Little Talks.
A stud.
Yeah, that's it. Thank you. No, that's crazy, man, because it's so cooperative. Like, how is it? Like, for real, your family's friends were like, fucking little Jimmy over here is better than Sam.
Listen, Sam,
he can play Through the Fire and the Flames on expert mode.
Listen, I really need to impress him here. Like, honestly, can you stop like freaking slacking off? Like, I really need you to pull it together. Put
your mom's pulling you aside.
Yeah, Mom, my fingers are bleeding.
Well,
nobody cares, Sammy.
You just pulled landscaping duty.
Pain is temporary.
Victory is forever.
Neighbors' approval at least lasts for like a week or two. So
wow,
you can cry when you're done, just not so loud.
Rock Band, the new monopoly.
Yeah, I mean, my mom primarily drums when we play, because it was like. When we sat down to play initially when I was a kid, like my sister didn't want to sing. So McKenna is 4 years younger than me and Kennedy's 12 years younger than me. Mm-hmm. So when we started playing, Kennedy was like 5. So she couldn't sing. She couldn't really play guitar. And so we'd have friends over that would play with us. So McKenna would always play guitar. And I'm like, well, fuck, I guess I'm in choir. I guess I'll sing. Like,
yeah,
I'm by default being the only one. Yeah. By being the only one who would sing. So I would sing. And then my mom's like, well, I don't really like playing the guitar. I'm not a drummer. I've never drummed before, but I guess I will play the drums. So my mom by default became the drummer.
That's epic, dude.
Yeah, so
dude,
she always drums, and yeah, she's like so much better than me. I can't keep a beat to save my life,
dude.
And my mom fucking, she'll light it up.
Just through playing Rock Band for such a long time.
Right?
I've never played drums on Rock Band. I played drums in real life, so I wonder how like.
I don't know if it translates. Kennedy plays percussion in bands, so she may be able to tell you, because we played probably 20 songs in a row.
Oh my god,
it was a lot. Like at least. It was a full set list, which was 20 songs, and then another 5 or 6 songs. So, yeah.
Did you guys like trash a hotel room later that night? Or, like,
we were
pour
all
gasoline all over the place, and like.
I mean, in some instances, I've heard that being better at something that's an actual instrument can be a hindrance, because
I've heard that as well.
It's not set to like the actual thing. So, like, let's say if you're playing and you're listening and you're like, oh, this is that drum, but it's not that button.
Right.
So you might hit a different. I mean, I know Gareth is finding it, but he's been doing both forever, so it's kind of a back and forth. But he's never done.
I mean, I play electric drum sets too. So
when we were playing a lot, my mom would drum on hard, and she could pass or like do pretty good most songs on hard.
Expert to try.
Yeah, and like McKenna would do guitar on expert. I would do guitar on expert, and then when Kennedy and I sing, we either go on hard or expert. So we'll do all right during the singing. But we played Handlebars by Flowbots.
Yo.
Do you guys remember that song?
I do not.
You probably don't. But Troy
wow,
does.
I was trying to say, Ryan.
Ageist. That was an ageist joke. So I
boomer.
tried to get...
All the music I listened to, is before I was born. Okay, before I was born. So I want
That's a lot of music, Colin.
It is a lot of music.
I
listened to a lot of 40s music, okay?
It's pretty good. I tried to get my sister's boyfriend to sing that, and then like I know all of the words to that song, and it's kind of a rap song.
Yeah.
And when we got done with that, he was like, I would not have been able to sing that. I forgot how fast that gets, and I don't know most of those words. We were playing one time with some of our friends who are also into Rock Band, and we put on Ice Ice Baby, Vanilla Ice, and obviously I know all the words to that song because how couldn't you know the words to that song? So we finished that, and Misael, my friend who used to be on the podcast a lot, he was like, how do you know all the words to that? And I was like, you don't know all the words to that? Like, it was a rite of passage when I was a kid to know all the words to that song.
Stop.
Yeah.
So let me take a quick poll here. Ice Ice Baby.
Yep.
What percentage of the words would you say you know?
90?
Okay.
I'd say a pretty high amount. It's one of those things of like, if you're just thinking about it, sometimes you can't.
Yeah, you probably will. But as you're listening to the music.
So stop, collaborate, and listen. Ice is back with a brand new edition. Or however it goes. But yeah.
That's close
Once you get into it.
Yeah.
I would say if Ice Ice Baby is in the title and say there's like 100 words, I would know 3% of the words.
I don't know a lot of the words.
Really?
Ice Baby.
I haven't listened to it enough. I listened to it. But like, I don't know why I haven't listened to it.
Was that
much.
not like that was one of my introductions to rap?
Yeah. Every time I listened to it, I would go back and listen to Under Pressure.
Yeah.
Damn.
I just shut it off and be like, dude, Under Pressure.
This isn't as good. This isn't as good.
I'm like, my bad.
So we came down to play VR after we did a bunch of Rock Band, and I had my mom and McKenna's boyfriend Darby, fiance, try it. So
I want to know. Do you have video of Darby playing VR?
I have video of both.
Yes.
Or rather, McKenna does.
I have to see it.
So my mom played it, and as soon as she puts it on, she is like just immediately mind blown. She's like looking around the VR house.
Did she cry like the old people in the commercials?
No, she didn't cry. It was so beautiful. She was like looking around at my VR house, and she was like, "What is this? Is this Jurassic Park?" I'm like, "What the fuck are you playing?" Like, because my first screen that pops up, my Doomsaurus icon is just like a T-Rex head. Yeah. So I was like, "What the fuck are you playing? Like Jurassic Park? No, this is a little house. Should be
Jurassic Park. Spare no expense.
So we get the first contact going for my mom.
Yeah, intro.
And I've got to like try to explain to her how to get to that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And I'm like, okay, there should be this menu, and you've got to point at it, and okay, press this button here to reset your view. Mm-hmm. And like, I should have probably just done that and got her into it, and then had her put it on. But we worked through all that, and so she puts it on, and she's like, puts herself in like this very small play space and like moving, just shuffling her feet a little bit to like reach out and touch these things. And I'm like, you can move around a little bit more, Mom. Like you can touch things and interact with the pop can. So she does all that. And like you, in that tutorial session, you can put in a disc thing that generates butterflies. And during that, you have a butterfly land on your finger.
Yeah.
And so the butterflies fly around, and she was like jumping around and watching the butterflies. And then we didn't tell her what it did, but the later disc, you grab rockets, and it spontaneously generates some rockets for you to do. So I'm like, okay, grab the rocket. Yeah, okay, grab it with your left hand and pull the string. So she does that and lets it go, and it flies, but it turns around and flies back at her. And she just ducks down, like ducks out of the way. Oh, shit! And like, that was fucking hilarious. We all lost it. And then Darby played it. So my sister's boyfriend played it, and he had just watched my mom do it, and I had it pulled up on the screen here like we do when we all do it in the basement. So we could see what she was seeing initially. So he had like gotten a little bit more, knew what he was expecting, like while being in it. So he was interacting with like the pop cans, and then there's some bouncy balls on the desk there where you first start. So he grabs this bouncy ball and he throws it against the table, and it pops up. And he looks at it in the headset, but we're like looking at him, looking at it, and it's taller than his VR person is. So in real life, he takes this opportunity to jump up, hand raise in the air in my basement, and smashes the fucking ceiling tile. Just like busts his hand against it. And so like shrapnel is raining down. And he ducks down, and of course he's like, oh fuck! And now we're like rolling on the floor. And he was like, he's like, well, I guess I'll play the rest of this game ducking down. And he's like, ducking down.
Jump in the air.
Yeah,
NBA,
that's what I'm saying.
2K,
I'm like, just don't jump in the air, the fucking ceiling. Like, it's fine if you raise your hand, just don't jump. You don't have to
you don't
jump.
have to dunk on Wally.
This is not
Oh
NBA
my
VR.
God. So that was fucking great. And instead of so I put my mom into Beat Saber immediately after doing that because that's like the easiest one.
She's a
probably.
drummer at heart.
Yeah. So she's immediately like gets the beats down, but I didn't tell her that there were walls. So she was playing Pop Stars, which is a pretty easy song. It's a good song. It's a good song to keep a beat to. And the first wall that comes at her is a wall on each side. And so she's already in the middle. She doesn't need to move at all. And so like the wall comes at her and she sees it in VR. She's like, oh shit. And she like scrunches her shoulders all together and like tries to make herself smaller when she doesn't need to do that. Like you're not going to, your VR person isn't going to get any smaller, but like it's so real the first time you play it.
I went
like,
through that
oh
center
fuck,
wall.
like yeah, I don't want to be hit by these walls.
You know what you do to make it really real though? You get a couple friends with some baking sheets, and like as soon as like the wall's coming up, if they don't duck, they're getting hit with the baking sheet. Yeah, like kind of like the Joker movie.
So there's another part of that song where the walls get a little bit more complicated, and you do have to move left and right during it. And that happens during the chorus. And so Darby's an asshole. And while my mom's playing and she has to duck down in this part, he like grabbed her by the shoulders and scared her while she's in VR. I'm like, that was fucking funny, but also you're a dick.
That could have ended really badly. That could have ended up like Step Brothers when you don't wake up like a sleepwalker.
Oh my gosh. You're nicer than what I did to my grandma, though. We put it on a roller coaster.
Oh,
we didn't put her on Oculus, contact, nothing.
No.
We just put her on a roller coaster.
And she's just like,
we made it so it's like a little less motion sick.
Right,
But like we put it on like lowest level.
This one's called the Mind Eraser.
She was freaking out. And there's one at the
Mind
end.
eraser.
At the end, I never did this roller coaster, but you go into a dinosaur's mouth at the end. Like it just ends. Like you see yourself going towards a T-Rex, and then it just cuts to black. I'm like, dude,
oh fuck.
She's
That's
like, I
like
just went
that-
into a dinosaur. I have it on video, dude. It's so
that's
funny.
I remember
great.
when that used to happen back in the day.
Yeah.
You go into a T-Rex
It's so
and just
real.
goes to black.
No, she didn't talk like that.
So I put, after my mom did Beat Saber and Darby did his first contact thing, I put him into Pistol Whip. Because I was like, he did really good in the VR setup thing, and I think Pistol Whip will probably be fine for him. But it was not.
Yeah.
He did not, like, just because of how fast it is immediately.
the bullets
and the
come-
bullets are coming, so you're not like, what do I do to even beat this game? So I'm like, okay, those red dots are where the bullets are coming from.
There's a tutorial
You've
on
got to
it,
try
though.
and dodge those. I didn't do that. I
should've
just
done-
put
you
him right
should've
into black magic.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, he did 2 runs about probably 2/3 of the way through on black magic. He was like, I can't do this. We put him into Beat Saber, and he did a few songs on expert with no fail. So he's just fucking flailing all over, and he actually did better than I thought he would in a couple of them. But that was a lot of fun. Like having people try VR, and that was like my sister's birthday wish. She was like, we're gonna come over, we're gonna play Rock Band, and Mom's gonna try VR. Like that was the 2 things that she said. So that was really, really cool. We had a good weekend. That was a good Saturday.
I saw you guys were playing Rock Band. I was like, I really should just go over to Ryan's
You
house.
should.
I saw that
you
too.
should've just showed up.
I saw
like,
that too.
Fuck you guys, come over. Fucking more than
I was like, Ryan's
merrier.
playing Rock Band right now. What the heck?
Hell yeah.
Where am I at?
What, you guys
Wait,
want
what
to do
night
some
was that?
sessions?
What night was that?
It's like
Saturday.
rock
Dude.
orchestra. We've got like 8 guitars going off.
Let
at
me know.
once.
Let me know next time you want to have a jam sesh.
Oh, fuck.
Dude,
I'll play, dude. Heck
I'd
yeah.
love
We
to
can
join in
just
on
have
some
a
vocals.
Wolfenstein together.
We-
Hell yeah.
We could just have the podcast people over to play games or whatever. I mean,
Yeah, it doesn't have to be
What?
Rock Band. It can be anything.
We have the podcast over to do the podcast. Like, it's pretty rare that we actually play a game.
Yeah.
But
We've
yeah,
done
we
it.
could do some Rock Band. And if you'll contribute to vocals, Phil, I'd be more than down because, like, real talk, my voice gets sore.
I'll do both. I'll
Like,
sing and play
fuck,
drums.
man.
Yeah, it's fun.
Okay. Like you just
the
want me to
flex my
hold the
voice
mic
more.
in front of your
Yeah.
face?
You just gotta stand, dude. What are you doing?
I can't think of any vocalist drummers. Are there any vocalist drummers?
There are some.
Yeah.
I can't name one off the top of my head, but I've seen it before.
Gareth.
Colin
Like Gareth, my
Giffy.
friend Gareth, I used to be in the
really?
band with him. He would lead a song on drums.
Nice.
He was like this. He's like playing so fast though, and he's like,
Right.
Like,
He
it's so
basically
hard.
just
tired,
forced
man.
himself to learn how to do
Yeah.
it because he had to.
like I'll play bass and sing sometimes. Like I've done that.
Yeah. Yeah. I've played and sang before for
Yeah.
sure, bass and even guitar.
Like I'll sing
not
along when
so
I'm
bad.
playing
Yeah.
drums, but it's like I can't imagine trying to sing directly into a microphone. But like I'll jam too.
The
Like,
part that I try to do is like if Kennedy's singing and I'm playing guitar, like I'll try to do background vocals for her, like
Yeah.
I'll try and do that, but that's not the part I'm used to singing.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh fuck, am I off pitch? Like I don't want to throw her off
yeah.
while she's singing. So yeah,
Yeah, I feel like for me
That's
it'd be a little bit harder though, like
Don't go
to
breaking
sing
my
while
heart.
playing Rock Band because I'm so focused on the colors and like what I'm hitting.
Right,
But in real life, it's just so
right.
natural because I play those beats a lot.
Mhm.
So it might probably be a little bit more
Oh, the
difficult.
colors. Can you play with all the colors of the wind?
Do you guys have any particularly favorite songs for Rock Band that I need
I'd
to
have
buy
to,
on
I'd have
DLC?
to
I like
look at what
anything.
you got.
Okay,
He's got
Let's
pretty
get
much
Best
all of
Day
them.
Ever
Play
by
right now.
SpongeBob.
Shorter podcast so we can play. Rock Band.
okay.
I like Miss Murder and Everlong.
Miss Murder we did play, so that was good.
That's a good
I can
song.
play
Believer
Everlong
by
on real
Smash
in
Mouth
real
or the
life.
cover.
Can
I
you?
guess I
In
should
real
say.
life.
Any of the Paramore songs, I love playing Paramore
For sure.
songs.
Ain't It Fun is fun. I
Ain't
think
it fun?
my favorite one is probably Thrash Unreal by Against Me. They're a punk band, and it's like a darker take on 1985. So Bowling for Soup's 1985. So it's about a woman who is like in her late age group. You know, she's like in her 40s or whatever, but she still wants to like party and do
She's seen all
drugs
the
Who doesn't?
classics.
with
She
the
knows
children's,
every
as it
line.
were.
the
Breakfast
Kardashian.
Company.
Mom.
So yeah, it's like
No, I'm just joking.
it's a little
I
bit
don't know anything
darker
about her.
than 1985 gets because that's kind of like a boppy fun song. But
Yeah.
but that one is one of my favorite ones to sing. I like that, and the two probably that I like to end on are Scenes from an Italian Restaurant. Because that's a great song. But that song is also like 8 minutes long, so you don't really want to start with that.
To the
Like,
fire and the flames, you can't.
you gotta end with that, and then
That would be
The
hard as crap to
Paradise by the Dashboard Lights, Meatloaf.
Oh, nice.
That is also an 8-minute song.
Is it the first rock band that they had the Portal song Still Alive?
That's on there. Yeah,
I have
got
a song
that.
request.
Yeah.
Mbop by Hanson.
Oh fuck it, that's not on there. I can't make them make DLC. Like, oh my god, ooh, yeah, yeah.
Is that the song from Tarzan?
No, you don't remember Mbop? Fuck, that's
Mbop
like
by Hanson,
I don't know
dude.
how Colin knows that song. That's
It's because
probably
I have
like,
two brothers.
I'm hoping they
I have
like,
a
joke.
I have two brothers,
early.
and Hanson is three brothers that sing together.
Not to mention
Alright,
that
alright.
song is
a lot of
kind
people
of a
growing
meme.
up used to call us Hanson.
Is it a meme song?
I mean,
don't
yeah,
know.
it's kind of a meme. I mean,
It is a
that
meme.
was like a meme song before memes.
I would call
Yeah.
Rickroll the original like
well, yeah,
meme song.
but that was before like memeing things was even a thing, and even before Rickroll. Like I remember hearing that song, the bop bop ba da, in everything. Like,
Yeah.
but in a sense, kind of like they're making fun of it. So
Okay.
it was like a meme song before meme songs.
Okay.
Never gonna give you.
I mean, there's all
Never
kinds of
gonna
stuff
let
like
you
that. It's just
down.
inside and reoccurring jokes. It'd
Yeah,
be
like-
like, bow
Take it
chicka
Hobbits to
wow
Isengard.
wow chicka wow wow. That's obviously
Or the,
What is it? Obviously, I don't know what that's from.
that's like the Axe body spray. Like if somebody's like getting frisky, it's like, especially with music, it has connotations to it that's just you can use for a lot of different situations. So it's not necessarily like a meme. It's more of like a running gag.
Okay.
Think
All
of
right.
it
I
as a
mean,
running
I guess,
gag.
like, are those separate things? Like a meme is an evolving joke.
Meme would be like a frame that you can apply to a lot of different things under different contexts, I would say. Maybe, I don't know, like a reoccurring joke, like it's the same joke, or maybe you're right, actually, because I think it is. So you can use the same song for different things as long as it jives with the joke,
Right,
basically.
right.
Same thing with a meme.
And you can build off what other people do,
Yeah.
too. I think that's an important component of memes.
I mean, memes are actually older than we think. Like I think
Yeah, that term was coined in the 70s.
I think even earlier than that, maybe even. I think the
I
ancient
guess-
Greeks decided it was
Fucking
I guess like a meme would be put putting something like in a situation and then constantly reusing it, where a running gag is kind of trying to fit the situation to the thing.
Right. Yeah,
They're close.
I get
but
what you're
just
saying.
slight differences.
All right. We are going to take a break here, and we'll be right back with some more shit. I don't know what we'll do yet.
Welcome everybody to the Pot Askew podcast. I am...
Whoa, dude. This is our promo, not the show. I'm Rico.
Oops, my bad. I'm CJ. We're the hosts of the Pot Askew podcast.
We are fans of pretty much anything and everything pop culture, including movies, TV shows, books, video games, comics, music, and of course, Kevin Smith. Now, while we do keep our fingers on the pulse of Silent Bob, he certainly doesn't need our help in promoting him.
You got that right. We do our own thing, with inspiration from the man and his mantra of why not. We've got stories from celebrities we've interviewed, theories of our own for certain movies, and we usually have a great debate on almost anything.
We also do commentaries on movies. Sometimes we ask our fans what they want to watch with us. So, if you love the timbre of our vocal cords and you want to watch a movie at the same time, give us a listen.
Stay tuned every Monday. There's always something new. And if you've been good this year, we may even give you some bonus episodes from time to time.
So be good, subscribe, and enjoy Pod Askew, proud members of the Big Heads Media Podcast Network.
All right, and we're back from break, everybody. We're going to get to the news in a few minutes, but Sam has something to say about board games.
Yeah.
And he spelled board games BOREDGAME. Is that? That's not right.
I'm not here
Is
to
that
be
right?
smart. I'm just here to win.
Hey,
Gotcha.
Sam, can I just take a nap while you're talking?
Yeah, if you'd like. I'll play some like gentle Celine Dion in the background.
Only if it's the Deadpool 2 song.
Yes.
Is that the Sail Away one? That was a bit more Shakira than I would have liked. That was more Shakira instead of Celine Dion.
I'm on tonight and all my hips don't lie.
All right, let's get back to what we were doing.
So the board game thing, apparently, I don't. Okay, so when I'm not playing video games,
No.
Which is a lot.
Yeah, like 90% of the time.
yeah, I'm either playing board games. That's
Okay.
not true. Anyways, I've just got this friend of mine who's really into board games, and not like the kinds like where it's like pop the thing and the dice rolls, and you move that many spaces, and if you get to the end, you're the winner.
So you mean
Targeting
like
one
kids'
game.
board games?
I wouldn't
Monopoly.
call Trouble a kid's board game.
Everyone else would.
Yeah, only Savage is allowed in Trouble. Okay, if you're not willing to bleed, you're not going to be playing Trouble.
Well,
You're playing Troubles with a hammer?
Yeah, I should stop playing Trouble in prison. Yeah, you pop it wrong, you get popped.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah. But yeah, I was playing. So he's really into board games. He's really into like I don't want to say like intellectual, but definitely cerebral.
Complicated.
Cerebral?
Yeah, they're like almost convoluted.
You have to put on a headset
Oh, maybe.
and
honestly.
go into a cavern.
That seems to be where they're going, where the games are so big that they're actually aided by computer, like
Fucking A.
so you don't have to do the calculations and stuff like that.
Like a video game.
Sort of like a video game, but with like both a computer digital interface as well as a just regular, analog interface.
So do some of them come with said interfaces?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, what do you mean?
I don't know,
Like come with a computer? Or
Like have a screen or whatever you need to do to keep track of your
No,
stuff.
you, like download an app?
No, yeah, it's like a
an app.
download an app sort of deal.
Okay.
You can hook it up to your computer. I think a lot of them run through Steam, at least.
Really?
At least the
So it's
ones he
literally
showed
a
me.
video game, board game.
A lot of Lord of the Rings kind of stuff he was showing me, but like they get so convoluted. So this guy's he's studying to be a teacher right now. So I have to be class while he's the teacher.
Okay.
And no joke, it was like 10 o'clock. I get back home. I'm super tired. And he's like, "Hey, let me teach you about this board game."
No, God! No, God, please!
I mean, yeah, he's really good at explaining it all, but it's like it's 10 o'clock, so it's kind of like a running gag. As soon as I'm about to go to bed, he's like, "Hey, you want to check out this board game?" I'm like, "No, go away." Yeah, honestly, I didn't know there was such like a big. I don't want to say like following, but there's
There
always-
is.
There's
Oh,
for
there
sure.
is.
Like at Comic-Con?
Gen
Yeah.
I
Con
mean, you
is a
saw it
thing.
at Comic-Con for sure. Like that's huge.
Yeah, there's
They're
like,
the-
Dedicated rooms for board games.
Think of Comic-Con in Chicago that we went to, right?
mm-hmm.
But all board games, that's Gen Con in Indianapolis.
I thought that was the nap time room. I
mean, also...
I saw pillows and blankets in there. I was like, "Yeah,
Right.
that sounds a little
That's
I
gross."
always want to nap when I'm playing board
It's
games.
not a sleeping orgy, okay?
It's like, get in this room, pink eye. I'm feeling maybe some sort of sore throat afterwards.
Coronavirus.
All right, so this game actually won. It's called Wingspan. It won Game of the Year for 2019.
Wow.
Now, I did not know there was a Game of the Year for board games.
A board game of the year.
There is.
It's like, yo,
We did not vote for it, so that's why you wouldn't know about it.
It's like you're looking at the Club Cracker of the Year here. This is like the Keebler Elf edition. There was a whole convention about it. Like, is there just a thing of the year for basically everything?
Now you've offended
Yeah.
a lot of people.
Yeah.
You have.
What?
I think
of the
there
year.
is.
All of the elves will come get us.
Oh, what are they?
The Club Cracker guys are like, oh, he's a Club Cracker. He's the guy.
That's my niche. That's my niche. You know what? All the Keebler Elves can come at me. What are we gonna do, Master Anakin? I think I'll just get Colin over here to slice them in.
I got this, dude.
Got him.
So, anyways, I guess I'll explain the game a little bit.
Yeah,
so
let's hear about Wingspan.
So it looks like a really pretty game. It's like a lot of board games are like really good art, and like I don't know who they are hiring to do art, and like that's a lot of drawing. That's like a lot. Like who's painting? These are the real people who get real art degrees go. Like honestly, this is where they get their jobs. Is like doing art for board games because this thing is downright beautiful. It's like all kind of like pastel and watercolors and everything like that. That doesn't make any sense. But yeah, it looks just great. It's got a big bird on it. My mom's a big fan of birds. She's got like a billion bird feeders out there. All I hear is the humming.
No, it's just your mom.
She's going, that's a nice bird. I like that bird.
Pretty bird, pretty bird.
Pretty bird. No, watch the neck.
Oh no.
So, yeah, honestly, like, I didn't know it's a board game about birds. How complicated could it be?
Yeah, like...
But, no, it goes on. We had to watch, like...
What about birds? What do you mean about birds?
So, like, the whole point of the game is, like, you're an aviary, and you're supposed to make birds, and you get points based on the kind of birds you raise, and, like, the eggs and the food, and all these different, like, special requirements.
Hey, that sounds terrible.
It sounds like the guy.
I actually assumed it was a dragon game.
Wingspan.
Does the guy from Iron Man 2 come in? Hey, where's my board? What's my board?
My board. This is not my board.
You see, this bird chirps a little differently than this bird, so I'm gonna give you half a point for that one.
I think it might be one of the...
how do they...
So each bird has like an attributed amount of points to him. If you get like a robin or something like that, you're probably not going to get a lot of points.
Okay.
But if you get like an indigo bunting, you're probably going to get a lot of points for that one. I don't know. And especially if you fulfill the requirements. There's like special rules and stuff like that. It's more like a give and take game. It's like you want a bird, you need food to make that bird. And in order to get food, you need to do this lane here and like fulfill these requirements. It's a give and take game.
Do certain birds need certain foods?
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
So there's certain foods. You get like a little nice little dice tower. You roll the dice in and it says, this is all the food you can get. And basically, like, it goes to a pool, like, well, I'll take the worm and I'll take the rat. That leaves the seeds and, like, another worm. And so, like, basically, you're trying to get the right kind of food for the right kind of bird. Make your birds, get eggs on those suckers, fulfill, like, the secret, like, weird requirements to, the end game requirements, and you get a certain amount of points. Birds. Honestly.
Do you know more about birds now that you played this game than you probably...
That was the shameful thing. Like, nobody even cared about what kind of birds. I was like, hey, guys. Okay, so, like, because it's so complicated, it's hard to, like, get involved with, like, like, with the appreciate everything.
The bird appreciation part of the game.
Yeah, I'm sure, like, maybe 4 or 5 times and maybe 6 weeks later, like, I'd be able to appreciate the birds, and once I had, like, a level of fluency. But, like, there's so much to these games. You watch these YouTube videos of these tutorials, they're, like, 20, 40, like 60, 2 hours long. They're insane.
What? Sam, I don't know if he has this game, but I used to be a board game nerd with some other friends.
Mm-hmm.
And my favorite board game that I've found is the Game of Thrones board game.
They have that one.
That game is super complicated, but it is so fun.
I'm sure it's very fun.
Like it's like Game of Thrones, where you're like making deals with people behind other people's backs, and it's quite a fun game.
Literally, it's one of those games that you would need a second life in order to actually play the game. You could spend the first half of your life learning to play the game, and then you need to pass that knowledge on to like a disciple or something to actually play the game.
I agree. Like,
it's like the ancient teachings of my people. I'll pass them on to you so that way you can actually play this game I spent 100 years learning how to play.
Fucking A.
I will definitely reincarnate with all my bird knowledge, so therefore I can get a Eurasian blue tit and Wingspan.
I like that bird name.
There's a lot of tit birds.
Yeah. honestly, like the last game that I tried to learn like this, and maybe this turned me off. It was like a Dark Souls board game,
Dude.
Yeah. So not only does it punish you for playing, it punishes you for learning how to play the game.
At first, I thought you
really
said
want to play that
Dark
one.
Souls porn game. I was like, what?
That is a whole new deal.
Yeah, yo,
It's a mod.
yeah, don't buy the mods for board games.
They got a lot of nasty art.
Yeah,
That's where the other side of the artists go.
Yeah.
that's where like the other percentile goes. So you have your top
50% just going into regular board game art, and then 50% is going into porn board game art.
Deviant art.
And there's
there's
my audio clip for the beginning intro.
noted.
So I learned that you cannot be a casual. You cannot be a sophisticated but casual board game player.
I mean, if you just go to some of those shops that have like all the D&D stuff and the models, they have walls of board games, and some of them, the box is like huge.
Yeah.
One I've really wanted to try, it's Mansions of Madness.
Okay.
You're basically like playing against Cthulhu, but the whole thing's run on an app.
It's hard to get him to come over, though.
But it's like cooperative. You get minis in it, and you run it off an app, and the app kind of like runs you through it. But the whole thing's cooperative, so you're playing together.
That's cool.
And I'm like, that just sounds cool.
The cooperative ones with like random scenarios and stuff like that are cool. What's up, Troy?
For all of us in our area, I don't remember what Saturday it is. Once a month at a church right down the road here, there's a board game geeks meeting where they like go and play board games for the whole Saturday.
Wow.
From like 10 in the morning till whenever at night. I used to go like once a month.
Shoot.
We'll have to get some mobile
was really
stuff and
fun.
do like
It's like a swim meet.
recording us doing a board game.
Neat.
I think
we could
do that.
do
How
that.
about just having poker nights?
I
How about
picture
Dude,
like
I like poker.
so like a board game
Love poker.
store, like a really big one. Have you guys ever seen Unbreakable with Bruce Willis?
Yes.
So
Yes.
like that scene where Mr. Glass is in the shop and he's trying to sell like some comic book art to like this guy in a suit. And he's like, yeah, so here you can see the perfect dynamic between good and evil, and you see like good triumphing over evil, and this battle that lasts through all out an eternity. He's like, yeah, my 7-year-old son's gonna really love that. And he's like, excuse me,
Yeah, this ain't
your
for you.
7-year-old son. He's like, sorry, I'm not gonna sell you this art, basically. But I'd picture that. Just me walking into a board game store, and he's like, so this game won 2019 Game of the Year and is
But it's
currently being
about
played in the Board Game Olympics for the next 3 years. And I'd be like, yeah, I really like the colorful pictures on that. And he'd be like, oh, are you kidding me? Get out of my store.
Get out of my shop.
Yeah.
Get out of my shop.
And then I grab a handful of dice. I say, how much are these?
How much for
More
the die?
than your life.
How much for the die, guy? Huh?
You trying to die, guy?
Cody.
You want the regular dice?
Cody, you know who I work for? You know who I work for? Cody bought a set of D&D dice while we were at Comic-Con. And I was scared to ask him how much he spent on those.
I didn't ask.
Are those rubies?
Do those have the souls of the innocent?
Sure
They
do.
better. It was $1,000.
Wow, that's pretty cheap. Ay, ay, ay.
So, did you win?
No.
No.
Sam doesn't
No,
want anything.
surprisingly, the guy that was really good at board games and had to explain the game to us won.
Oh, wow. Weird.
Yeah.
Big surprise.
Yeah,
Big surprise.
crazy.
It's like me explaining
I think
Monopoly to my cousin.
He,
you know, like,
he explained it to you
Sorry, guy.
wrong so you could lose.
That's how
yeah.
That is how my brother was a single child, like a only child, single child. He didn't have a girlfriend. He was an only child for like 9 years, and so the games he would make, he was so selfish. He'd make up the rules so that only he could win.
That's awesome.
Like my grandma would be playing like Go Fish. She's like, okay, grandma, now I take like 4. You take like 6 cards, and she's like, that's not the rules. It's like, no, grandma, that's how the game goes. And so you're like, I win, I won the game, and grandma's like, you're a dirty cheat.
my great grandma, she's 90. She literally still cheats at games. I kid you not. Like, I don't play games with her, and she'll get super upset with you. Like if you call her out.
Colin, why
So it's like you're better off just letting her win.
anymore?
She's the
Don't look
sweetest.
up my sleeves.
She's the sweetest, except when you're playing games with her, dude. Kid you not. She got that southern accent too.
I mean,
That's sweet.
I'll slap you upside the head there, Colin. Don't call me for cheating no more.
Basically, it's basically what it is.
with like real games, with video games
With
and board
real
games.
The real games.
Yeah, with all kinds of different games, you got two different people. You got people who are casual and people who are competitive, I think. And so, like, with board games, I'm more of a social, casual player. Like, I am not going to, like, get, rude, and I'm not going to get hot and bothered if someone,
someone gets all your birds.
I'm a dirty, filthy liar. When someone takes a long time, like, in between their turns because they're just, like, on their phone or something like that, that is the first and last straw.
At least
it's your
paying
fucking
attention
turn, man.
Yeah.
It's your fucking turn.
But if we're like all having fun and the game's almost like secondary, like no problem for
It's
me.
like you're playing the Dark Souls board game. It's your fucking turn, man. Get the bonfire.
Oh my god.
That's basically how the real game goes.
Where
too,
did we
basically.
spawn?
Okay, are you going to go play more board games with Wingspan Man?
I'm gonna try.
I will not give up until I win.
It is interesting how they've been crossing over. Almost every big game also has a board game,
Yeah.
Yeah.
which I'm intrigued about. I mean, the Dark Souls one was a Kickstarter.
I really love the Gears of War board game. That was a good one.
That
the
actually
Call
is
of
a good-
Duty,
good board
going to
game.
Call of
Wait,
Duty
what?
board game.
Yeah.
It's a Gears of War board game?
Sure
I was
is.
just kidding.
I was just kidding, and it's real.
Sure is
Damn it.
real.
Next thing you told me there's a Halo board game.
I
out
bet
there.
you
Oh, I
there's
guarantee
3 or 4 of
there
those.
is.
I'd be more likely to believe Halo over Gears of War to tell
Yeah,
you
for
the truth.
real.
The next thing you're gonna tell me is Uno, the popular game on Steam, has a card game.
You know, I don't want
Or
to.
Yu-Gi-Oh, the popular TV show, has actual cards out there. with
Pokemon.
Or, yeah, you gotta be kidding me. Come on now.
Dude, real life Pokemon cards? Dude, come on. That's
Come
not
on,
real.
son.
Yeah, Pokemon
I've
are
been
real.
playing the trading card game on my Game Boy for all this time, and I could have been playing with real cards.
That'll
with
never
real
take
people and having real friends. What?
So, is there any in particular that you like, hey man, I want to try X board game?
Oh, well, there is a Lord of the Rings one. Because
Okay.
he's super into Lord of the Rings too.
Yeah.
So we were gonna try one where it's like the cooperative interface with the computer and the board game. It's almost like a D&D thing.
How does that work though? Like,
It's so weird, dude.
do you plug the board into the PC
come
or
on,
do
it's
you?
not like it's not.
I don't
It's
fucking
just
know.
an app. It would basically
It's not Zathura.
tell you what parts.
Jumanji? Can I get VR Jumanji? Please!
Actually, that does make a lot of sense.
Thank
I
you.
think that's actually called Mario Party, though.
No. Mario Party makes me want to slit some throats.
Yeah.
Kill some
man.
younglings.
It would basically be like how a DM works in Dungeons and Dragons,
Yeah,
where
precisely.
the game will say stuff that's happening, and then it would be like, move that piece.
Mhm.
Okay. So it knows because it's leading the game.
Yeah, it leads the game, and it has like a setup. So it's like you'll put certain pieces in certain spots, and then it knows what happened.
And sometimes it just streamlines like a lot of math and stuff like that. So you don't have to crunch the numbers every time. So you took 8 damage, but you have like 3 defense, and you've got like this kind of weapon that negates that kind of damage. It just goes boom. Since you had all that stuff, here's your damage.
Right.
Subtract that from your health.
Speaking on the Lord of the Rings, though, because at first I thought you were talking, there's multiple Lord of the Rings
Oh, there's
board
tons,
games.
yeah.
There's one that's like a conquest war. The map is huge, and it takes place over the entire series, and each person plays one side of the war. The game takes like 2
War of
hours
the
to
Ring.
set up, and you do all of this crazy math and cards and setting up, picking what you want. And this game is supposed to last like 6 to 10 hours.
Yeah.
Because you go through crazy. I did one wrong thing, and he beat me in like 5 minutes because I did one wrong thing. He was able to do this, and he's like, that has never happened before. And I'm like,
I've never met someone so stupid.
that's basically what happened. And I'm like, I didn't know what to do.
That's
Wow.
really
So yeah, we took forever to set it up, and then we're like, yeah, we're not going to do this again.
Right.
So there's like maybe 200 pieces for those. Have you guys ever done model painting?
Yes, that is fun.
I tried and I hated everything about it.
It's good fun.
It's not.
Takes forever though.
It does
honestly.
take forever.
It
we were
does
like-
take longer than you think. You're like, oh yeah, I can paint this one piece. And, oh, it's 4 hours.
More like it's 2020 now. We started in 2018.
How many pieces have you painted? 2?
What are you kidding? We got the bottom part of Legolas done.
Oh yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah,
It's hard to get the stitching.
yeah.
No, for real, it's taking forever. We're still not done.
Oh, are you
So
really
you actually have
paying-
like
Yeah,
the Lord of the
we
Rings
really
board
are.
game that you're playing, and you're painting them.
There's expansions. It's been 2 years. We're still painting figurines.
Oh my god.
Dude, they have this thing on Amazon where it's like got 4. It's meant for like micro managing like electronics,
Mhm.
but it has a magnifying glass and then little metal grabbers. I'm like, man, if you put a figure and had it grab that magnifying glass, go right in there, and then you could just paint.
All the
turn it
nitty
around.
gritty. Yeah, I've got microscopic microscope eyes, so I can do that pretty easy. I bet you're wondering why my eyes are 3 feet long. And so they can zoom.
I figured
better.
that was a genetic disorder.
I got to be careful in tight spaces.
It's like that episode in SpongeBob. Nice place you got here. Smashes his eyes in the door.
Happens to me all the time. Don't
Focusing.
joke about it. It's actually not. It hurts a lot. It's not funny.
It hurts a lot. It's not funny. Okay, are we moving on from board games?
Yeah, I'm about through with board games.
Okay.
Let's talk about it for another hour.
I know, but I got time for that.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
We
Why
are
isn't that on the soundboard, man?
going because I only have certain ones. On
You
here.
failed.
Yeah,
You
regularly.
actually
All right.
failed the first time using it.
Ready?
Colin, are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, listeners, we are going to get to the next segment that we like to call the news stuff.
Do you like news? Actually, fires burning everywhere.
We got the coronavirus.
F is for fire that burns down the whole town.
Okay, the news time. Ryan, take it
Use for
away.
uranium.
Here we go. First bit of news. This comes to us from
Troy.
this is from Niantic's website. This is-
Niantic, not Niantic.
motherfucker. Okay, yeah, Niantic. No, it says Niantic.
Ask your doctor before trying not.
All right, this
Side
is
effects may include.
straight from the
Coronavirus.
website. Last week,
Yeah.
we talked about Troy going to St. Louis while his wife recently had a baby to do a Pokemon Go safari event. Said event has been sadly canceled. So straight from the horse's mouth here, Niantic says, we have made the difficult decision to postpone the Safari Zone St. Louis event. We are looking into alternate dates within the next 12 months and will provide an update as soon as possible. We will refund the amount paid by trainers if they request a refund of their tickets via in-app support, blah, 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 blah. You'll be able to use your existing ticket for the rescheduled Safari Zone if you do not return said ticket. As an added bonus for those who retain their tickets, i.e. the money that Niantic already made,
This guy.
like Troy, evidently. As an added bonus for those who retain their tickets, we will activate the Safari Zone Pokemon encounters and special research globally during the original scheduled event
I get to
hours
stay home
in
and
your-
still do my Safari Zone.
in your local time zone so that you can still enjoy the event from wherever you are in the world. Only ticket holders will be able to experience this bonus event. No action is required to keep your ticket and to participate in the global gameplay. We will email ticket order purchasers with the updated event information and next steps.
I'm
So-
excited.
You're a VIP, Troy.
I get to
VIP, boy.
play my St. Louis stuff at home in my local Pokemon Go areas and not get the CH19, the CH19, that bad stuff.
The Wuhan
They've been
coronavirus.
CH19.
That's what they've been shortening it down. now.
COVID-19.
Yeah, not CH. What the fuck is CH?
There's
That's
no
a ch-
H in coronavirus.
Yes, there is.
Yeah, C419.
I guess there's no D either.
It's a coronavirus.
COVID-19 is what the name
Yeah, I
is.
forget what it stands for.
COVID.
So yeah, that's cool. That they're gonna still kind of do it, even though they're not really doing it.
Yeah.
And
And I still get to do it later on when they reschedule it too.
so you get bonus
Yeah.
shit. Nice.
I can see why you're not getting a refund.
I could get a refund, but then I don't get all that shit. So I'm gonna get double the shit and no refund.
They did say in that article also that they would keep an eye on the upcoming Liverpool and whatever the other one was.
Liverpool and Philly.
Philly, yeah, that's what it was.
Philadelphia.
Philadelphia is coming up here pretty soon, so yeah, they're going to keep an eye on that and maybe do those as it comes into April, but their event is canceled thus far. So
Is that Pikachu?
next bit of news here comes to us from Colin Giffy. I actually heard about this at work today, and I wasn't sure if it was real news. Local news reports here, company will pay you $4,500 to be infected with coronavirus. Now,
That's a lot of money.
$4,500 is a lot of money,
I'm
but
a real young man.
A, you could die.
If you're old.
Yeah.
It's
And
only old people that are dying.
B, it lasts for like 4 weeks.
I'm a real young man. I've got a lot of time.
4
Do
weeks,
you?
dude?
You have like 4 weeks to just be sick the whole
that's a
thing?
Think
month
about
of
it. That's
pay,
a month's pay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this comes to us from a local news station, like I was saying. As researchers race to find a vaccine, volunteers could be paid a large sum of money to help with the process. UK...
Give me the strongest stuff you got.
Sir.
Can I do double dose for double pay, please?
UK's Daily Mail reports a company in London is paying people approximately $4,500 to be infected with the new coronavirus. Queen Mary Bioenterprises Innovation Center is recruiting 24 people to be injected with weaker strains of the virus.
T-virus.
Which has killed more than 4,000 people worldwide.
It's really not that many, though.
This is a countdown of the top 8. This is from Twitter, so it's probably not real news here. 80,000 infected in China, 9,000 in Italy, 8,000 in Iran, blah, 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 blah. 755 in the United States.
Yeah.
So not very many.
The last thing I saw when it was about the infection was it was about 100,000, 100 to 120,000 where people were actually infected, and in total, and 66,000 have recovered.
Wow.
There's a lot of...
that's not very...
Because it's basically a flu.
Yeah.
And everyone's freaking the shit out about it because people with worse health conditions and
Older
elderly,
people,
basically
younger
people who
people.
could
This year
die
alone,
from a flu.
more people have died from the flu than the coronavirus, but nobody worries about the flu.
No, but the
'Cause
numbers
it's
in
new.
comparison, though.
Yeah, so if you compare like the mortality rate, so the whole thing is the lack of information.
Yeah.
So the thing that's scary about
And
viruses
this,
is if you don't know
listeners,
about
this
them.
is where you get your information.
Yeah,
So
I am a doctor. I'm a real doctor.
everything
in real life.
we
That
say
delivers salt every day.
on every episode.
Dr. Sam, what are you doing?
I was just kidding. I'm not a doctor.
Ain't a
Dude, we're
doctor.
on a plane and this guy's dying. How could you lie to us?
Why would you shoot a man who threw it off a plane?
Out of a plane.
Everything we say on every episode is 100% accurate and true, and is
always.
not
Viewers,
Sam is
embellished.
a real medically licensed doctor.
And we are all
if you
Ryan
have him
Wolf.
on a plane, make him solve the coronavirus.
I'm pretend doctor in my brain.
What if all this news we gave the people was just fake?
Fake news.
it's fake news.
We're just CNN.
All of it.
So yeah, I
All
guess
right.
like the thing that's scary about viruses is the fact that you just don't. If you don't know a lot about them, it's like, well, what'd they do? What'd they do, Doe? And
Right.
so like that's where you exercise caution, right?
I mean, you should always, like, real talk, if you guys are concerned about contracting the coronavirus, wash your hands.
Just freaking wash your hands, people.
That's pretty much the
I-
fucking
Colin, get
way
your
I
to
had
fingers
a-
out of your nose.
Watch
I
your
had a
watch your hands,
plan
don't touch
for
touch your face.
St. Louis. I found a meme on Facebook where it was just a picture of Pikachu washing his hands, and it says, "Wash your hands, you nasties." And I was like, I need that in a T-shirt for St.
Right.
Louis. And then I was like,
Stat.
it's canceled.
I like how Comic-Con still went on though. Like, you guys want to go to CoronaCon?
Title of the episode,
Is that the new drinking fest?
CoronaCon.
Yeah. Okay, next bit of news here. Sorry to waste your time with coronavirus information. This is real news. 2K will make NFL games again for the first time in 16 years.
Hey.
This comes to us from Kotaku. I read about this earlier
That's just
today.
Something better
picture
than
of-
Madden.
Something better than Madden. Let's
Okay,
hope. So,
we hope.
Could they at least make a college football game? I
They
mean,
are.
So-
They are making college football.
Well, that's not
says
exactly
NFL
what it
right there.
says. So they are licensing the NFL, so obviously it's going to be an NFL game, but what the quote here of the article says, the games will be non-simulation football game experiences. That suggests that they will be steering clear of the home formula of the Madden franchise. But that's true. Like, what they are talking about here, this fucking article says management sims, visual novels, a JRPG. No, you fucking
JRPG.
stupid asses. It's going to be an arcade football game.
Futubari.
Like Blitz the League. That's
Yeah.
basically what we're going to get here. Or NFL Street. They might bring NFL Street back. That was an
Like-
EA property, but
NFL Space.
Like an actual video game?
Yeah, like an actual video game as opposed to a simulation
I will say,
game.
though, if they did it really well, a management sim type thing of football would be kind of interesting, but obviously.
Yeah.
But there's aspects of that in Madden already.
Yeah.
You can be the
but
coach
you also
in
have
Madden.
to be the rest of the game.
Yeah, you can have a fantasy football
I don't think you
league.
do. It's a simulation.
It's
you can
like, hey,
simulate the games if you don't want to play
this
them.
tiny, shiny gem in this pile of poop that's like basically
I'm
the
not
pile of
arguing
shit
that
in
it's good.
Jurassic Park. That's a lot of shit.
That's a lot of shit.
And maybe there's a gem in there, but you don't know. But you're gonna dig through it.
Yeah, you have to eat all the poop to find out if there's a gem. And there may not
Madden,
be one.
you have to eat the poop to get the gem. You can't just dig through it.
You gotta eat it, and then
You gotta eat the poo poo.
and then
You poop out the
maybe
diamond.
you
Maybe
poop out the
you
diamond
poop out
later.
a diamond.
So this says here that obviously Madden has been exclusive for a number of years. ESPN 2K5 is the last game that 2K put out, so 2005. That was a Madden game.
Half the price of Madden.
And it was half the price of Madden, and it was a better game than Madden. And EA, that year, EA signed the exclusivity deal with the NFL to get the exclusive license with them.
How the heck did they do that?
It's interesting here, like, I like non-simulation sports games just in general, just like I like mostly
make me feel powerful.
arcade racing games as opposed to simulation racing games. So I'm really glad that they're bringing this back. I'm not sure why the Kotaku article didn't call out an arcade football game. Like, that's fucking by default. That's what I thought
Do you think
of.
these journalists play video games?
Some of them do.
I don't think they do.
Some do.
Or when they do, they're like, I had to turn it to easy mode, and you should too because it's there.
That's why we're here, bringing the hot takes to the listeners. So EA put out a press release this morning after this news came out. EA Sports is the exclusive publisher of NFL simulation games, and our partnership with the NFL and the NFL Players Association remains unchanged. Our agreements have always allowed for non-exclusive development of non-simulation games on various platforms. So I guess
they found
2K,
a loophole.
Right. 2K could have put out a non-simulation game a long time ago, according to this, but it probably took them a while to figure out exactly what the rights to EA's rights to the NFL
obviously EA
license
is just
was.
saying this so they can be like, oh yeah, of course we knew about this. This is perfectly fine. You gotta have a motherfucking surprise mechanics, man. This was a surprise mechanic.
This reminds me of a video I saw where somebody was at a prom with somebody, and like the girl's other boyfriend who came back from the military showed up.
Fuck.
And he was like, what? What's this? Hang on a second. And then he's left there all alone.
I mean, at least he wasn't on deployment for 3 years and came back
cool
to his
story, bro.
newly born baby.
Except in this case, if it's EA, I think they deserve it.
Yeah, they fucking deserve it for sure.
EA can be left at prom.
Yeah, congrats 2K. I look forward to playing this game in 2021, which doesn't seem like long enough to develop an arcade sports game, but it's fine.
EA has been prom king at a prom that no one wanted to go to.
It's gonna be like backyard sports. It takes like a day to make.
You think it's gonna be a kids game like Backyard Sports is? I mean, they put those games out. I don't think that was 2K though. I think it was somebody
It's gonna
else.
be like Wii Sports.
I think that was EA too, actually.
And it
EA
may be,
Sports.
yeah, maybe
It's
it's
in the game.
Maybe it's a non-simulation VR sports game.
there you go.
I'd say my favorite sport game was the original Mario Tennis on N64.
Really?
Yeah.
I like Strikers.
My favorite sports game would have to be Ken Griffey Jr. Baseball on the Super Nintendo.
Wow. Throwback.
There was
It's such a good game.
You haven't
though.
played any sports games since
Better
then.
than that?
Oh, okay.
Ever?
I mean, also another reason I like the Mario Tennis is because that's where Waluigi was introduced, and he's one of my favorite characters. Waluigi!
I wish he was in Smash.
Yes.
No, you
Why
don't.
can't it be Waluigi?
You don't want him in Smash because then you'd
He'd
have
be
to hear that.
OP. He'd
All
be
right.
OP.
Waluigi.
Next bit of news. This article is not coming up. A million people reported on this. Call of Duty Warzone launched today.
Yes.
And none of us played it because we're all pieces of shit.
And have jobs.
Also, I'm so done with Call of Duty.
Well,
I don't have enough time to put that much energy because I want to be good, and I am good at it when I play it. Like when I did, because the last one I played was Black Ops 3, and I was a beast. And then I stopped playing for a while. Everybody's like, you should get back into it. I'm like, I don't want to put that much time into it again. It's too much time. Because I don't want to just play it casually, because then you lose and it's not as fun.
No,
I want to be good.
I love losing.
No.
I love losing.
It makes sense. I don't.
So what is Warzone? What is
Warzone is Call of Duty's new battle royale game. That's
Call of Duty Fortnite.
Free to play, and it's out now. The developers, Infinity Ward and Raven Software, plan to support the game for some time to come. This is a GameSpot article that I got pulled up here.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but they already did this, didn't they?
Yes and no. So Black Ops 4 had a battle royale mode that was not standalone. Right, it was Blackout. We played it.
Yeah,
you and I played
loved it.
And it was really good. But according to...
There's actually 2 modes also. That's what it's going through right now. There's a plunder mode and then there's battle royale.
What's plunder mode?
I really don't know. It looks like it's like a...
That's what pirates do.
Yeah, it's on ships. Call of Duty, the Navy.
It looked like more of like you have your teams. It's probably like
I would actually really want that to be a game.
I mean,
great.
This could be entirely fake and contrived, but I'm imagining it's like maybe capture the flag, but it's like a plunder or something, or maybe I don't know. Maybe
I think it's more like capture the base, like a tower defense with Call of Duty.
Okay, that could be. This
is what I'm guessing, because it's like showing people sneaking up and.
Warzone is the squad's only battle royale game.
It's 3 people.
That's okay. 3 people.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
You can drop in solo if you want to. It says here. Yeah, not much more.
Yeah, apparently, it says in another article that my friend he just sent it in the group chat, but he said that like if you can come back to life if you die. But the only way you do that is you 1v1 somebody that's also dead.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's cool.
And that's the only way you can come back.
Yeah.
That's
They've been
I like it.
Kind of leaking.
I like it too.
Like the whole old school Call of Duty thing was like 1v1 me bro, and they're like adding that into these the game
like
modes.
1v1 me bro is literally a game mode in Call of Duty now. It literally says 1v1 me bro.
And it's
1v1 Rust. That's literally what it is.
That's great. You know, that eliminates...
That is a level of fan service that I did not think they were.
No, they have a lot of fan service for this game. Like they really take into consideration.
That will eliminate all the whiner babies.
Yeah.
Basically, I mean, let's be honest. Everybody's played one of these games before.
What, 100 people instead of 16?
Yeah, but everybody's gone like, I didn't even had a chance to... I think that's a great dynamic, this 1v1 thing.
Wow, they finally fixed the problem?
Cool. I mean... Like, that is the most boring part about Battle Royale is when you die.
You get in there for 10 minutes, you were like, and then you just, boom, I'm dead. And it's like, well, I don't feel like I was actually challenged as a player.
Exactly.
And
but
you
now
get
you
like
can 1v1 other people.
Yeah, it's like, well, I'm actually good enough to play this game. Let me back in.
Right.
Boom.
I wonder how that works. Like, if you lose, then what happens? Like, if you lose the 1v1, can you 1v1 somebody else?
I would say if you lose your 1v1, then you get put back into the pool for like a new game.
Right. You just
because that's the nice thing that Fortnite Season 2 did was instead of having to go back to the main menu and wait for a new game, it literally, if you hit ready up at the end of, like when you die and you lose, it says, okay, searching for a game, and you're watching who killed you, right, for a second.
Right.
And then it counts down from 5 to 1, and then you're in a new game. And it's really
fast. Just jumps you back
going
into it. Right.
A lot better than jump out and then jump into a new lobby and jump out and jump into another lobby. So I think they'll probably pick up on some of that too.
That would be good. I mean, I think that competition in the Battle Royale space is a good thing. And I just want one that I like to play.
Yeah.
Like, so far, I think the most fun I've had with Battle Royale is the nuclear fallout mode in fucking...
I haven't even played that. I forgot that happened.
Fallout 76.
I forgot.
Like
I wanted to try that.
It's so fun. It's fucking fun. Yeah. It's the funnest part about that game. It's probably the best battle royale that I've played because I don't like the way the Apex
is fun.
or Fortnite play.
You don't like PUBG. PUBG's
Blackout was fine. PUBG's garbage.
I love PUBG. Shut
PUBG's like not bad, dude.
up. I hate you.
No, PUBG's bad. PUBG
Play it on
controls
PC.
like a fucking
Play it on PC.
N64 game.
Play it on PC.
PC, really.
Play it on
for
PC.
real. Yeah.
Try it.
I love
I dare you.
controlling.
I freaking dare you to play it on PC.
N64
Turn it on your
game.
Xbox.
Oh my god.
Could you imagine playing Call of Duty on the N64 controller? I think I could wreck people.
Oh man, you don't have twin joysticks.
Don't need them.
Oh
You
my
get two
God.
That's what the C buttons are
N64s.
for.
You can use a little L. You can use a little L button.
Hey,
You
two-wave
can
controllers.
do that with 007. That's a cheat code where you can
you
use two
serious?
controllers.
That's
Heck yeah.
amazing.
I have to say, that's like the most successful, worst controller design ever.
I love that controller. I don't know
On
why.
account of you having to move your hand to move a
Yes.
different part of the controller. Yeah.
Or just using two of them to properly aim. Hey, how many hands do people have? 2? Fuck.
They made the controller too soon before they realized how many hands people have.
It's kind of a bad idea having this tested with an octopus, I think.
Damn it, Larry, I told you we need to use children.
Dude, get the
You guys
octopus.
made me in.
I'm sorry, Larry has 3 arms. I don't know why we put him in the R&D department.
Yeah, this is workplace discrimination. I'm following 3
What if we've
complaints.
just been using the controller wrong the whole time? Like, you actually have to use your feet.
Larry's heading the Xbox adaptive controller now.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh.
This is my calling.
Me and my 3 arms.
Ah, okay. Good for you, Larry, and your 3 arms. All right, we're going to move on from that next bit of news. This comes to us from Polygon. Horizon Zero Dawn port for PC confirmed for summer 2020.
Game Pass.
Hey.
Game Pass.
Going off of this, Colin and I reported a couple of weeks ago that there was a
Rumor?
an Xbox app that was coming to the Windows Store, which feeds into the Xbox Store, called Rainway. That would let you play your PC games on your Xbox via streaming.
Yep. And one of the things that they showed was this, right?
They
That game?
did, well, I don't remember, I don't think they showed this. They showed mostly Quantic Dream games, which would be like Beyond Two Souls? Was that one?
So.
Or there was a handful of PS4 exclusives. I don't remember exactly what they were. But I have an update to that story because I tried to download that and you can't. They've removed it. Microsoft has removed it from the Windows Store.
Yeah.
So the people that have it still have it and it works, but you cannot get it anymore. And they're
It's
trying
like Flappy
to...
Bird, dude.
Yeah, they're trying to work with Microsoft to figure out, obviously they should fucking know why it got removed, but they're trying to work it out with Microsoft to have it still work on their end. But an official PC port is coming, a Windows PC version of Horizon Zero Dawn is coming from Guerrilla Games. And
Wait.
this is awesome.
Is it? Like, let me correct me if this analogy is wrong. So, like, playing your PC games on an Xbox is like having NBA players come to your high school gym to play. Is that in
Microsoft
is that-
removed that.
So,
So, that's,
no, it
we're
would
talking
be-
about Horizon.
It would just be like, so you can stream your games from your Xbox to your PC. This
Okay.
goes the other way. So this is streaming them from your PC to your Xbox over your home network. So
Okay.
you would be essentially playing the game on your PC, but controlling it because those two are so compatible now.
Okay.
A third
with
party
Windows and
with Windows and Xbox runs a Windows kernel. So because of that compatibility, somebody has figured out how to go the other direction.
Gotcha. So it's like if the
Microsoft by
Chicago
default-
Bulls just wanted to cross the street into the high school gym. Yeah. Because they're on the same block.
Sure.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Basketball.
I don't get the basketball
is
analogies.
basketball
I'm
is-
sorry, man.
is
You don't get it?
Can
You are
use-
getting your balls mixed up.
do a Space Jam one. Do a Space Jam
Oh,
one.
okay, so Michael Jordan. he's friends with Bugs Bunny, right? So like no, I'm not
Okay.
gonna go there.
All right, so
I won't get into the deep lore of Space Jam.
Yeah, we should do an episode about that. So this says here, quote from the article, I can confirm that Horizon Zero Dawn is coming to PC this summer. There will be more information coming from Guerrilla, from the new studio directors, pretty soon. So, yeah, we don't have any information, don't have an exact release date. just summer 2020 is what we have so far. And I would fucking love to play this game. Not owning a PlayStation, I have not gotten to try Horizon Zero Dawn, but I would buy it on the Windows Store or on Steam, whatever it takes to play it with an Xbox controller. I'll play it on PC if that's what I have to do.
I mean, is this game warrant this big of news? Like, did you guys remember like this game leaving a huge impact?
Yes.
For sure. Oh, okay.
PlayStation fans really, really like this game. It's one of the best.
Again, if you're not involved in PlayStation at all, then
well, I guess maybe I had friends with PlayStation. I guess maybe they just weren't into it or something like that. But like, I mean,
it's
thought
one
I heard
of
the
those
opposite.
things to when you might not think too much of it unless you play it.
Hey, Sam, this game is about dinosaurs, and we're talking to Ryan.
I really like dinosaurs.
Robot dinosaurs.
How the fuck do I have the
right
picture
up
my
book for
alley?
you?
Really? Like, I should have bought a PlayStation to play it.
Honestly, like, the thing is, this game is almost going to be hard to play on PC because, for me, the game's hard to play because it's so freaking beautiful.
Right.
You just stand there and look at stuff.
I want to see how it ports, like, as you know, especially with most PCs being more powerful than base grade PS4s. Like, I do definitely want to see how it looks.
That game is scary on the Pro.
And it says right here, like, it should be a technical showpiece for real on PC.
It's ridiculous. Like, seriously, I'll load it up and play it, and I'll just stop and look at everything.
Right.
That's like how that's how usually my relationships end. It's like I'll like go on
relationships end?
Yeah, that's the right word.
It's a relation shit.
Yeah, it's like
I'm just gonna stop and look at you.
Yeah.
No, I'm just looking.
Yeah,
But
don't ever talk to me
it's
again.
Also, like, she is one of the best female characters I've been putting it, and definitely one of the best to play as. And it's just a very good character, and it's great.
I cannot wait to try this. So, going off this news, GameSpot put out an article here where they kind of had somebody had questioned on the PlayStation blog as to whether or not other Sony PS exclusives or PlayStation exclusive would come to PC. Like Death Stranding is going to come to PC. So he says here, I think it's important that we stay open to new ideas of how to introduce more people to PlayStation and show people maybe what they've been missing out on. And to maybe put a few minds at ease, releasing one first-party AAA title on PC doesn't necessarily mean that every game will now come to PC. In my mind, Horizon Zero Dawn was just a great fit in this particular instance. We don't have plans for day and date PC releases and remain 100% committed to dedicated hardware. So even if this 2 years later, 3 years later, that this is coming to PC. It doesn't bother me that it's
3 years later. I mean, at that point, it's like, why not?
Yeah.
I mean, you can get the complete edition on the PlayStation for like $20.
Right.
So,
I mean, so Phil, you're a PlayStation fan primarily.
Yes.
And Microsoft is putting all of their first party titles out on PC as well as Xbox. Do you think Sony is misstepping a little bit here at all, or like how do you feel about it as a PlayStation fan?
Given the fact there's obviously big things that they're not going to put, like you're not going to see God of War on there. That's too big.
Right.
Horizon is big, but it's not like Horizon, the PlayStation thing.
Right. It was a bit of a one-off.
Yeah, it's a bit of a one-off, and it's really good. And again, it's 3 years old, so it's not like, oh my gosh, and Death Stranding.
Right. Like, fuck it, I'm not buying PlayStation anymore. Coming to fucking PC.
PC Master Race. Yeah. PC Master Race.
Now we're spitting.
I mean, I don't think that they would do that, given the fact that if everything exclusive on Xbox is going to PC, that kind of gives PlayStation a little bit of an edge to have those exclusives that are just PlayStation. And again, it's one of those things of they're going to kind of say something that doesn't mean anything. What he just said doesn't really mean anything, because they can't say we're putting them on PC or we're not, because you never know what's going to happen. So people are going to say something that sounds like something, but it literally means nothing. What he said there means nothing. It's not him saying yes or no. It's just, we're open, but we're dedicated to this.
So maybe.
Yeah. So maybe.
It
It's
was like
basically there's going to be games that will, and there's going to be games that don't.
It was a really non-committal response. I agree.
And that's pretty much what they all do. They say something that means nothing. Xbox has done it. Xbox was like, oh, hey, we're going to just focus on Amazon. Oh, hey, we're just going to... They say things that mean nothing just to get the buzzword of the week and to get the news.
Right.
It's like, oh, they don't mean it, but then another thing comes out, or they don't do any more games and they didn't say a committal thing because everybody's like, you said that and it means something.
I mean, I think that now that Phil Spencer took over Xbox, when he says a fucking thing, they do it. Like, I think that's one thing that's been nice about the regime change since Don Matrick left. Has been like...
It was a regime change.
So, like, you know, if he says a thing in public... He's very measured in his words when he talks. That's why I love like watching him, interact with like Eddie 3 and stuff like that, and watching him on stage. It's like he really believes this stuff when he talks about it, and he wants the best place to play to be Xbox, and he knows it's not. Right? He knows that PlayStation won this generation, if it's still a competition. Yeah. The reason I ask about like, you know, is PlayStation making a misstep here? And I don't mean a misstep in that. Like, they aren't going to win the next set of console, like the next console race, because I think they probably will.
It's still crazy that there's bad blood from that shot in the foot with the first E3.
It is crazy.
That was the biggest shooting
the biggest
yourselves
blunder
in the foot
they probably could have made.
I mean, it is insane how so going towards the consumer they are when that E3 was about as anti-consumer as you could possibly get.
It was.
To where you destroyed an entire console war.
You did. They did. Yeah, for sure.
It's going to have effects in the next one. I think that effect will probably be gone after this next one. So like the next Xbox and the PS6 will be on a much more even field because Xbox is doing a lot to bring it back in. But I mean, even though they're all saying truths, but they do all both have PR and there are things that they're going to say that don't really mean anything because they have to say the PR stuff because you really got to try not to have something that's going to bite you in the butt.
That's true.
So it's nobody's perfect. They're both doing better things. And PlayStation going to PC, I'm excited about Horizon because there's a lot of people. The way I look at it is a lot of people that have Xbox have PCs. Lot of, like, I'd say it's much more leaning towards, or at least in the gamer sense. Like, I have a PC, but I don't use it for gaming. Right. I use it more for editing and other things. I play on the PlayStation, and I'm more of a console gamer. I've been that way for a long time. I've never really had powerful PCs until now. But I know that a lot of people, most of the people that I know that have Xboxes have a PC that they play on. They do both. And I guess it's because it's kind of the back and forth. And I mean, I guess
I get it both places now.
Yeah, and I mean, both the games are on both systems completely. Yeah. So it's why not?
Yeah, they've been blurring those lines for the last couple years. Like, I don't play PC games generally. I bought a gaming PC for the podcast, and I thought maybe I would play some games on it.
VR.
And I really didn't play games until they brought Game Pass to PC. Like,
Game Pass Ultimate.
I have a Steam account, but I don't buy a lot of games. I don't own a lot of games.
How do you not buy games on Steam? Literally, they're like $4.
Like,
sometimes.
I probably... now I only open Steam for VR, and I probably only opened Steam before that to check out games that I found on Twitter that we might want to interview the developer.
Gotcha.
100%.
I just think it's weird for someone who impulse buys like games and sometimes in gaming consoles. Like, if you were to see like a Steam summer sale, I just wonder what would happen. Like
$0 in the bank account.
I'll say, like, little final note on that. I think the first year of a PlayStation game is going to be its big exclusive sales. And like, you really see that in that first year, it's an explosion and then it kind of dies down the second year after that. So like, if PlayStation exclusives start going to PC like a year or two after, it's not going to do anything. It's just more like people who've been hearing about the game and are like, oh, you know, here's all the DLCs and it's a little bit cheaper. I'll try it out now because I don't have a PlayStation.
Right.
So that doesn't really throw me off too much. And I mean, I still view PlayStation going pretty hard with the exclusives since so many of the stuff is going towards PC. And some of the stuff I'm seeing is ridiculous. I mean, I wasn't originally planning on getting Ghost of Tsushima. But after watching some of those trailers,
Yeah.
and I mean, I love Sucker Punch.
Yeah.
The Infamous stuff, I was like kind of bummed because I'm like, I want another Infamous game, but jeez, that game looks good.
It does.
Yeah.
It really, really does.
So
Just the beauty of that fucking trailer, like the running through the wheat field. Jesus Christ, like dynamic weather and shit. That looks so fucking good.
And I mean, obviously I'm getting The Last of Us, which I'll definitely be telling you guys all about.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. We look forward to hearing that.
I'm looking forward to being utterly destroyed because that game, I don't think anybody's going to get out of that unscathed, and I'll be bawling like a baby at the end of it. So, yeah, it's... I think exclusive Sony's going pretty hard. I think Xbox is trying to more move into being utilitarian, kind of like, oh, if a person has a PC and Xbox, you can kind of just swap back and forth. So it's really easy. And the PlayStation's like, well, we have these exclusives. If you want them, play them here. And they're going to kind of both be almost the same. I mean, we have specs of Xbox. There's confusion on Sony. They're going to be almost the same.
Yeah, for sure.
The only thing I really hope they do, because it's a big rumor and I really want them because I like the idea, there's a huge rumor that they're going to have a base and a pro model at launch.
Okay.
Which I would like because I'm wanting as much power as possible.
Oh, for sure.
So
yeah, I'll pay
drop
whatever it
another
costs.
$150 to get that pro model at start, where
Mhm.
there are people that even now don't care, and they'll be like, oh, I'll get the $300 piece. I don't care about the power.
Yeah.
So if they do that, I'd be very happy.
I've seen a bunch of conflicting reports about pricing too. Like Xbox initially said that they were going to do 2 versions. There was 2 codenamed in development, and then they kind of ended up going a different way by revealing the Series X. And I've heard anywhere from $350 to $600 for new consoles.
Yeah.
I don't think
mean,
$350 makes sense.
no.
I read that article and I was like, this is full of shit. Nothing about
they're
this
hitting
makes sense.
5
No
to
way.
600, which at this point, I think we're at the point where that is acceptable.
Yeah.
Whereas way long ago, kind of Sony shooting themselves in the foot with PS3, that was way too much. And everybody's like, you got to do like 300 or 400. But now we're getting to the place to where their power is a lot more. So it's like, oh, I mean, we already have all the TVs. So, you know, dropping $500 to $600 for this console I want that's going to last me for a long time isn't so bad.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'm still getting pissed that everybody's like, oh, this day. I'm like, nope, Sony's never going to say anything. So I don't know when they're going to drop
like
announcements.
Microsoft just
the
announced
PS5 that came out like a week ago. Didn't you guys hear?
Microsoft just announced today, because they canceled GDC because of the coronavirus.
Yeah.
So Microsoft came out today to say that they are going to reveal more tidbits regarding the Xbox Series X here coming up.
another
in the
hot
next,
tweet.
Yeah, in the next 2 weeks for GDC.
3
No, they're
tweets.
gonna do
Remember, to not confuse me, we got to call it the next box.
the next box.
The next box.
So they are going to, for the next box,
We got to
they
start
are,
that as a hashtag. Then they'll
Hashtag
change it.
Xbox. Yeah, they're going to do like a 3-day event where they're going to stream information, talk to a bunch of the internal developers that have been working with the Series X. And I'm looking forward to that. Like a little mini E3.
Yeah.
I'm very excited.
I'm imagining.
I'm scared that E3 is going to get canceled.
I am
too.
also scared.
I'm not scared because E3 has been like disappointing for the past forever. Everything gets revealed right away, and it's like it's not even that special anymore.
Respectfully disagree. I fucking love E3.
Yes.
I mean, the idea is cool, but what has been good about it?
I
Microsoft.
love watching the press conferences and talking to my stupid nerdy friends about it. Like, having you guys on to talk about it is one of my favorite episodes every year.
Even if it's bad, it's fun to complain about.
I mean,
And that's true. Sure.
Everybody loves
I'm just saying, like,
about
to
stuff.
me, it's bumming because it's not as impressive as it used to be, and everything's pretty much revealed beforehand. There's cool things about it, but a lot of
Yeah, a bunch of it
people, I know
leaks. Yeah.
Sony's not doing it. I think Nintendo has talked about pulling out of E3.
I mean, they're still going to do a direct.
Speaking of Nintendo,
They won't. They may not be there on the show floor, but that doesn't matter to us.
Yeah.
speaking
I
of
don't-
Nintendo,
Speaking of Nintendo, thanks, Sam. Reggie Fils-Aime joins GameStop board of directors to help save the struggling retailer.
all right, here's what you got to do,
Way to
GameStop.
go, Reggie.
The Nintendo DS, you got to have one on every single shelf. No more of this Xbox, PC,
Nintendo Switch.
3D games, just a bunch of DSs and WarioWare DIY. That's all you need.
So in a tweet
Not even a
announcing
3DS,
the news,
just a DS.
Yeah. Fils-Aime said, the gaming industry needs a healthy and vibrant GameStop. I look forward to being a part of GameStop Corp board and helping make this happen.
I can't wait, actually.
I gotta feel that the employees are probably pretty happy about that.
Yeah.
Fuck, I hope
'Cause
so.
whenever I worked at a GameStop, everyone there hated the policies. They're like,
Yes.
we don't know what we're doing this month. It's going to change every month to when you're trying to get this, you're trying to get that. It's customer service. Oh, you need to have this many signups. I need to do this specifically. Like, it never was consistent.
It does seem like there's a lot of gimmicks with GameStop.
And they hate them more than we do.
Well, I appreciate that they bought ThinkGeek, so now that they are moving into, like, not just games, like they have some apparel and some fine knickknacks in there. Like,
a email I get emails from GameStop like once a day usually.
Okay.
And I get an email from GameStop and it was like, hey, I heard that you should spend all of your tax money on collectibles. You should come see us. We have pops.
Jesus.
I was like, oh man, I hate GameStop now.
Every time I've walked into a GameStop, I've felt uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Like, I felt like maybe...
It's like all the Funko Pop eyes staring at you.
Well, there's that. And, like, I felt like that the people that worked there didn't really want me to be there.
Oh, yeah.
And, like, I wanted to chat to them about games, but it was such a weird interaction.
I've never felt
like,
weird energy.
I'm going there as a gamer. Like, I'm there to presumably buy some video games.
Do you
like,
feel oppressed, gamer?
like maybe a little bit. I don't know what about. Like, you've had a different experience, Troy?
That used to be my hangout. Like, I would go to GameStop and chat with the workers for hours.
That's how I got a job at GameStop.
I always
I'm not
wanted
even
one of
joking.
those.
Like, I did that as part-time because I was working somewhere else. But like, I would go into that one consistently and just like be talking with them, engaging. And they're like, hey, you know, what do you do? I'm like, well, I do customer service stuff. It's like, you want to do some part-time for the holidays? I'm like, yeah, I can use some extra money. I missed that discount.
That's how Reggie got in here. Reggie was just small talking with the GameStop people. Yeah. He's like, you want to be on our board? And he's like, shoot, I'll do it.
Why not? Are you going to pay me? No, we don't have any money. That's fine. I'll do it for free.
I mean, I'm sure he has plenty of money.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably a good point. They're probably not paying him.
So other than changing the policies, what else do you think he's going to bring to the literal table on this?
Well, I mean, they've been trying out different stuff. So, like, there's a separate article, IGN article here that says they've been planning and doing experimental stores for the last year or so. So there's some pictures on here of people like, this is inside a retail GameStop of people playing a board game here.
Oh.
And kind of like doing meetups and social stuff.
So it's almost like a gaming cafe at this point.
Yeah.
I mean, which is good. I mean, a lot of times people...
anyways there.
I mean, a lot of people will make fun of these companies like trying to change or add to what they do. Like Barnes & Noble, for instance, is now going to kind of have like restaurant stuff, like drinks and food.
Mm-hmm.
And people were first making jokes and they're like, guys, that's what happened to Blockbuster. Everyone said you kind of got to change. Yeah. And they're like, nah, man.
We got it. We got it.
I mean, and
I
that's
sell
what I was
popcorn. I'm good.
And that's what I was
internet
reading
thing's
in
gonna
all these
die out.
articles was like, there was an old theater and it was turned into this massive library. And you go in there and they have like a cafe and the like the big seats up top, they're now reading nooks. And then there's this place that used to be something completely different that's now known for food. So if they adjust and kind of change things, the biggest thing they should do, I doubt they would,
the BO smell.
Would that too. But no, if they could bring something back to bring back the best freaking thing that Best Buy had, which was their game club.
You want like a rewards kind of deal.
Yeah.
No.
Okay. All right. You
shut up. No. Here's what it did. You spend $30 and for 2 years, 2, not 3, 2. Doesn't matter. You guys can't see my fingers. You only can hear my voice. For 2 years, you get 20% off brand new games.
I did sign up for that, and then you mentioned it, and I was like, wait, is that canceled? Wow, I never even got to use it.
Wait, no, you have it until
That's what they were banking on,
No,
Troy.
you have it until your policy runs out.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, you still have it. That's why, like, I got it right before they were going to cancel it, and as long it goes until you run out. But that was like Such a nice thing to get a brand new game for $47 was awesome.
So basically, just GameStop needs to like hook up their customers, basically.
Yes.
I mean, not literally, but like hook up their customers.
Hook up with.
Yeah, hook up their customers with deals, make the place less smelly and a little bit more interactive, a little bit more comfortable, a little bit more user friendly. I'm thinking
if they make
I would
ways
agree
to have
with
it
that.
be
I would like that because I did not have that type of experience when I and I would go to a couple of them.
You didn't go to the midnight releases or anything at GameStop though, did you?
That's true.
Dude,
I think I went to one for Call of Duty.
I got like Skyrim. Freaking
or maybe
Skyrim.
Hang on a
3,
second.
Maybe?
I'm thinking like, okay, as far as like public gaming areas, have you guys have been into a Walmart, you pass like the little gaming cases and they're like, here, try a sample of this game. Here's the demo.
Yeah.
Have you ever felt like you didn't have to like light your hands on fire after touching those greasy, grimy controllers?
Nope.
This is going to be GameStop we're talking about. This is going to be where people go here to hang out. And they're gonna have their Cheeto dirty hands all over these controllers, and it's gonna be gross, man.
You know what? Chill out. Don't make fun of my people.
Oh my God, Troy.
Also,
gross. Go fucking wash your hands.
I think it's more like if they turned it into something a little bit bigger, to where there's a chill out area, maybe like a cafe type thing, not like a coffee shop type thing. If they make it more. So you can go in there and hang out, but be with like people who are in that area. Because there's not a lot of those places like a GameStop to where it'd be cool to hang out where they have like the memorabilia, which they're getting a lot. I like that they get more of the memorabilia and then they have great clearances and stuff.
Yeah, it'd be like as to like a cafe as to a Starbucks. So like there's obviously like barcades and arcades out there, but like they've got their own touch.
Imagine if you go to
like GameStop.
If GameStop becomes a thing to where you can go and get all the games you want, but then if you go to a GameStop, there's areas to chill and hang out, and there's a coffee shop like where you can go and they'll make money from that. You could just go and be like, I'm going to go to GameStop and get the coffee drink I really like, and then they could make it gaming themed. So like, you make the same Starbucks garbage, but it's like, oh, here's the Princess Peach thing and it's pink.
The same. I think it would
a bit bigger.
I think it would take them doing something like the Best Buy Club that you were just talking about.
That would be a good thing.
And doing the hangout thing, like I think that's cool. That would at least get me into a GameStop as opposed to now where
do things that
I won't
people
go into a
want that will
GameStop.
bring them in, which I have to look at. They have a pro plan that's a little bit more that kind of has that.
Right.
It's not as straightforward, but give us a straightforward thing that's more user friendly, because you're going to get. I mean, that Best Buy had so many people going in for that deal, and if GameStop did something like that because Best Buy stopped it, I don't think it was profitable enough or what. And obviously, Best Buy, they're so fucking stupid when it comes to the games. Like, you go in to pre-order a game, and you're like, hey, I got this game. They don't know how to do anything. Like, I pre-ordered a game and I was supposed to get something free with it, which I didn't get.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh man, I could have gotten this. And every time I've been to like GameStop and stuff, if I could get something free with something, they're like, oh, hey, by the way, you do this, you get this. Do you want it? I'm like, yeah, I didn't even know if I could get that. Like, yeah, here you go.
Yep. I did notice one thing Best Buy wise that they were doing right for a while is if you bought the game new from Best Buy, in the package, like in their little case, their safety case or their security case, there was like
they
cool
would
coin.
take it out of it for you.
There was a cool coin that they put in there if you bought the game from Best Buy.
Ooh, was it chocolate? I would dig it if it was chocolate.
Cool. I was never around for that.
It was like last year. There was a Smash coin. There was a Call of Duty coin. And a couple other different things.
Maybe I did see about that.
So, there's a nice little quote here from this, like talking about the cyclical nature and the seasonal nature of video game retail. And they mention specifically how they're competing against generalist retailers that don't have the speciality that GameStop does. So they bring in, obviously, less money than they used to, but huge amounts of money still during like Black Friday.
Yeah.
And, between probably September and December, that's your really hot release. Like Madden is usually the first one that kicks it off for the season. Yeah. They're like, this is video game release season. So it would be nice to see them break out of that mold And it says here, we saw like the coffee shop thing. The pictures in here also show some people doing like tournaments, it looks like.
Yeah.
Some type of like gathering of esports nature things.
Tim won a copy of Call of Duty Ghosts from a tournament at a midnight release.
That's badass.
Like, he bought the game. He won the game. He went up to the counter after he won. They gave him the game before midnight. He returned his release copy and got his money back and went home and played it before any of us even had the game.
Awesome.
Dang.
That's probably illegal, but that's awesome.
It's a function of the game. It's not a glitch.
That was a thing. That was one of those that I did, and I actually met a friend of mine. This was in Tennessee. There was this one shop, and it was like an event that was sponsored by the thing. It might have even been Sega. Because it was some Wii game that was like a shooter, and it was like a big thing because it was all this stuff. You come play it, and you would win it. Like, if you do this thing, you play through it, you win it. Like, you just play through it.
Right.
They were giving away so many copies. It was crazy. And then you do like a tournament, like if you're the fastest, you win. And I blew everyone out of the water. And then they had like a multiplayer thing to when you could go, and if you beat them, you win it. So I won 2 copies of the game. And then I won like a shirt and all this other stuff, and then they had like giveaways, and it in the end it made, because like you would, if you did certain stuff, you would get little tickets, and there were so many people that came like at the very end who weren't there all day, and I think one of them won, and some of us were kind of pissed because it's like, you guys have been here for 5 minutes, we've been here for like 4 hours. And I was like, there should have been a cutoff time for them to not get the tickets. And one of them won like the Wii, and I'm like, you jerks.
Lame.
But then I just took the game over to Walmart because it was sealed and returned it. And then I got myself a brand new controller.
Well done.
Do you think... So this Reggie guy, he's obviously pretty deep with Nintendo.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think Nintendo would get pride in place in GameStops? Do you think he has that much pull to kind of like sort of push a Nintendo sort of spotlight for like the games? Like, let's just say Nintendo gets like a big booth or something, or a big wall, and they get like maybe better deals, or I don't know.
I would say that like of the 3 console manufacturers,
Nintendo is the one.
The person selling the most physical copy of games is probably Nintendo.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Like, when people go into a GameStop, I bet they sell more Nintendo games than they do Xbox or PlayStation because of how developed those online shops are for the other 2 platforms.
Not to mention, like, the
eShop
Nintendo stuff have less storage.
Well,
Agreed, too.
Cartridges,
third of that would be on Nintendo's online stuff. Their big games don't go on sale.
That's true, but they do go on sale on cart.
If it's used at GameStop and it just sits there on the shelf, they'll sell it for cheap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If they got 60, like, GameStop works almost like a stock exchange. If I got 300 copies of Super Mario 4 and 2 copies of Dum Dum Gumball game,
Different game too.
Man, I really want Dum Dum Gumball.
That game is gonna cost more.
Hi,
Right.
it's
Because
Reggie.
there's
Followed by Gum Gum Dumball.
I'm selling you my new game, Dum Dum Gumball 2.
Dum Dum
It's
Gumball.
starting
Dum
at
Dum
$300. It can be yours.
exactly.
Yeah, I agree with that.
If they adjust to get more people in, and then even one thing, I notice a lot of people are heading more towards new.
Yeah.
They want new digital or new thing. I mean, I like new because you get that thing. I mean, I don't buy as many. So if they could get deals in for buying new games, they'll bring people in.
Yeah. Yeah, they do say here that they're working on in-store game rentals, and that would put Redbox... Well, actually, Redbox stopped carrying games.
Redbox does not have
What about
games.
Gamefly?
Put Gamefly out of business.
It would put
Gamefly sucks.
Gamefly out of business.
Gamefly's out of business?
No, they would.
put Gamefly
Oh,
out
You
of
could
business.
go into a GameStop and be like, I need to rent that.
I might pay a subscription fee to GameStop for that kind of a service.
Basically,
Like, I would maybe upwards of $10 a month pay them for a game rental service.
would
Well, hang on.
100% do that.
Gamefly isn't that bad. Gamefly is exactly like Netflix
Well, no.
before they went digital. Like
The
on
problem
the internet.
is it takes them too long to get you games. There's been stories of people getting, because you pay a decent amount of money, like $15 to $20 or whatever a month.
Yeah.
You pay I think it's somewhere between 15 to 30. It depends upon the thing, but it usually takes them about 2 weeks to get a game to you.
So
you get
GameStop
one game you play,
alternatively would be a walk
store.
in and you'd get that. You still have to drive to get it, but you get it immediately.
It's not going to take you 2 weeks to drive to a GameStop if you have one that's 10 minutes down the road.
And plus that brings in more business if you're going physically into the store.
If you're going there anyways.
You can go in there, get your GameStop coffee.
Yeah, dude,
I like
this. A
this.
lot of coffee.
I like
your
Reggie's
GameStop coffee.
Yeah, I'll get my fucking coffee.
Off to,
exactly.
You know,
I'm gonna get my little Fallout fucking Fusion Core memorabilia while I'm there. You got that on clearance?
Dude, imagine
buying that.
Imagine like they have specialty drinks. So they have a cafe and there's like a Nuka-Cola.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. Oh, the Funko
the gamer
Pops.
drinks you want. You know,
You get a Funko
drinks.
soda pop.
What say you, Colin? You're the youngest of the crew.
Yeah, what you say,
Do you have
baby?
any affinity for GameStop?
Youngest of the DK crew. DK.
He's Diddy Kong.
Colin Giffy.
What?
DK.
Yeah, I think the in-game rental idea is really fucking cool.
So they need to do rentals, 20% off new games, and then a cafe.
Okay. Yeah, we've fucking
Reggie?
solved the problem. Reggie, what are you doing?
Yeah, we just
Reggie?
did your job for you.
Tweet this episode
All
at
GameStop
you.
really does
I
need
will
to do is
tag
get coffee.
Reggie in the tweet. I
Tag
can
him.
do that.
It's like
Tag
what
him.
Barnes & Noble does. They usually have a cafe or a Starbucks in there. So you go to you get your coffee and you get a book. And then now they'll be serving food. So imagine GameStop. People already lounge there.
Or
go in there and buy some coffee.
I wouldn't call it lounge. It's more like a loiterer sort of.
Well, I know, that's what I'm saying. Then they buy coffee.
When I go to Barnes & Noble for Barnes & Noble, I get my drink from Starbucks. I find the graphic novel I want to read, and I sit down in the store and read it and then leave.
What a prick.
You know where they made their money? That coffee that costs 1 cent to make.
Oh, I know.
Right.
Yep.
There you go. So that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You can loiter all day at GameStop because what are you going to do? You can just talk nerd stuff,
right?
But then you buy that coffee.
It's the accessories and the add-on sales. But Troy, I would like to let you know there are these things that are usually in every small town / city. They are it starts with the libraries.
The library. I've been there. Mine sucks.
Oh, does it? Yeah, I
he's
guess you're
talking about
kinda right.
brand new graphic novels.
Oh, I guess that you do have a
you
point.
go to
there.
a library, they're gonna have what's old, and then you want that new copy? Sorry, this one kid rented it out and he hasn't brought it back yet.
This one's the pages are stuck together where all the sexy characters are.
Oh,
Like,
crap.
I don't know if I want
This
this
is Clifford the Big Red Dog. Why is this stuck together?
He was a kid when he rented it. He's probably about in his 30s now.
All right,
Poor Caillou.
we gotta end this fucking thing. This is going off the rails, and it is late.
Sticky
So
pages.
we are out of here. Thank you so much for listening. Leave us those reviews like we were talking about earlier, and I will post a picture of our newly acquired stickers on our Instagram account. So you can follow us there at the Idiot Savants or at the Idiot Savants on Twitter, and email us at theidiotsavants@outlook.com, and check out the rest of the links in the show notes.
Everybody go get a bagel.
See ya.
Bye.
Adios.
See ya.
That's all, folks. All right, ready?
Yes.
I'm Ryan Wolf.
What? You can't do that.
Hey, Ryan, why'd you do that? That's not serious enough. Ryan, you gotta be serious about it.
Couldn't be worse.
See,
That's what happens in the Tesla when you're auto driving. You have to pay attention.
Yeah, it literally screams at you if your hand's not on the wheel. It'll literally tell you put your hands on the wheel.
But then what?
No, it'll start beeping, telling you to put your hands on the
Can
wheel.
he be the one who voices it in the car? Like, what are you doing? Put your hands on the wheel. What are you doing? We're gonna die.
Seriously though, how much you paying for your car?
You get in your wife's voice.
Oh, crispy.